Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to another episode of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV shows, pop culture, all that type of stuff. So we've got a pretty packed show for you tonight, some amazing announcements over the last week or two, and last, I suppose, 2 weeks, including the endoskeleton, which we're not really going to be talking about today, obviously. It's been like bloody Christmas to me. So look, we're going to get started. We got a lot of we got three panel members behind here who are we've a lot to talk about, and they're very excited from various different things we got. We've got Bob, the tiny art guy, who's actually 6'4" or something. Would that be right, Bob? 6'4"?
No, I'm shrinking. 6'1" now.
Oh, poor you. 6'1". That's
Getting
just
old.
greedy. That's just greedy.
I know.
Thanks very much for joining us. We got Harrison as well. Thanks very much for being here.
Only 6'1".
You're 6'1".
Yeah.
Man, I didn't have you placed at 6'1", but then how can you see? We just see your head and shoulders. But yeah, that's greedy too, man. And then we have making his YouTube debut. We got Dub Toys. Do we use your first name, Dub, or we just call you Dub?
Yeah, fire away. No problem at all.
Cool. This is Adam, and as the name suggests, he is an Irishman and from Dublin, and he's a fellow collector. Adam, can we ask a few really simple questions?
Absolutely, fire ahead, yeah.
What was your first ever hot toy that you pre-ordered, and what was your first ever hot toy or Inart figure, 1/6 scale figure that you got in hand? Because often they're two different questions. You know yourself, you put a pre-order, you wait 18 months, where you don't want to wait 18 months, so you buy something in hand. So what was your first one that you got in hand? What was your first one you laid the pre-order on? When was that?
The first one that I've got in hand was the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. That was the one that pulled me in. I tried to avoid hot toys as much as I could because of the price
Yep.
at the time, and I went for the Boba Fett. It was actually, I picked it up in Forbidden Planet in Dublin, and it was
that must have cost you.
Yeah, it cost a few bob now, but it was like, to me, I was like, oh, do you know what? It's an iconic looking character. I'll just buy one and that's it. And then it just sort of steamrolled from there into probably over 60, I think now. And I think the first pre-order then was probably, oh God, maybe BVS Batman. I think the original BVS Batman. So that's going back a while now. That's about 10-ish years ago, I'd say now.
How long ago was that, you say?
Probably about 10-ish years ago now, I'd say. Probably
right.
about 2016, I'd say, maybe was the pre-order for the Batman. Yeah.
So you're a veteran, then. You've been in the game for a while. Like that's a pre-COVID collector. We talk about the COVID collectors, the pre-COVID collectors, the post-COVID collectors. So you're in the game probably since about maybe 2015, 16 thereabouts.
Yeah, a bit too long now, I suppose, with the amount that I've amassed at this stage and like the money that's going out. But you know what? I'm happy with them. I love them, and that's the main thing, you know.
True. The way I see it is like sometimes, like, do you ever like drive through a nice estate, and then you see someone with this like lovely boat parked in their driveway, and you drive by another day and the boat is parked in their driveway, and every time you drive by, and this could go on for years, it's always that boat in the driveway, you know, and that boat costs more than, I'd say, than most people's collections. It's not getting out much, is it? Like, and then maybe every day that I don't drive by, the boat was out sailing or fishing or whatever, fair enough. Like, but everyone has a hobby. Do you know what I mean? And whether it's golf or high-end cars or whatever, everyone has a hobby. Like, you know, so I suppose you do what you're into. So tell me another one. So how would you go about getting your stuff? You mentioned Forbidden Planet. I'd imagine you've already worked out very quickly years ago that it's probably unsustainable to go in and to Forbidden Planet every single time you want something. You'd be paying out the year. You know what I mean? Where would you buy stuff from?
See, what happened with me was really because I was kind of a little bit, I suppose I was trying to limit the collection as much as I could, especially because I had detours. And I was sort of going, right, do you know what, I'll just pick up ones that mean an awful lot to me in terms of the characters. And then it kind of snowballed from there. And yeah, I was buying from Forbidden Planet, but I happened upon Will's stream, I did. And then he was talking about 1/6 kit. And I was like, who is 1/6 kit? So like I placed an order for I think probably a 1/12 scale figure, and I did the same again, and that turned into 2 or 3 portraits, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with this guy. So I'd say the lion's share of the collection has come from 1/6 Kit. So I blame him.
Yeah. So some people blame Jeddah, some people blame 1/6 Kit. But tell me, did you? I've heard nothing but good things about 1/6 Kit. I bought 1 or 2 things off them. It's usually like custom bits to upgrade, like custom capes that, you know, I think he stocks Jackson Jews custom capes, or I've got the T800 or sorry T1000 improvement kit coming for it. But yeah, you know, people swear by him. He's supposed to be like I've heard he's a strange sense of humor, very blunt, but excellent customer service, free worldwide shipping. And this is the key question for us. You know what I'm going to ask you when it arrives in Ireland? Do you get the dreaded customs?
We tried to not talk about the naughty extras that come onto it.
Yeah. So they it's all good order from Kit.
All G is what I'd say there, yeah.
Good stuff. That's what we want to hear. Yeah, the Hong Kong based resellers, if you can find a good one that's reliable, yeah, well worth looking into. So all right, we'll get started. Seeing as you're the guest here, we're gonna let you kind of decide what our first topic's going to be. So you've probably seen the grid before. I imagine you've watched the show once or twice. I see in the chat there, so you know the crack there. You pick whichever one you want.
No, I've only seen it a handful of times. You know yourself. No, in fairness, I've been watching. In fairness, I've been watching quite a while, and I have to say I really enjoy the streams, and fair play to everybody that comes onto them, because it's very entertaining, and the insights that you get from different people, and of course, like even yourself and the other lads that are here. They might be bigger fans of certain properties, and things that I wouldn't see, they see. I love when someone sees that as a fan. I think it's great. Yeah,
100%. Sometimes you nearly can't unsee something. If someone picks out an inadequacy of something, you're like, I can't unsee that now. Do you know what I mean? If someone has an eye for a certain character or whatever like that. But I much appreciate that. Look, if that, I suppose that's the point really, to kind of have a bit of banter. Speak passionately about these things, these movies and these different collectibles that we're so into, and if we can entertain someone or help someone along the way, that is a big bonus. So what do you want to talk about, Adam? Like ending there that you
Spider-Man kind of jumps out to me there. It does, the Spider-Man image, so I'm curious.
Yeah, basically it's a really quick one. That's actually a good icebreaker. So like the question is like, did you watch the latest brand new day trailer, folks? And what do we think about it? Have you seen it yourself, Adam?
Yeah, I've watched it. I have. I think that they're hiding Venom in this movie, because there doesn't seem to be any sort of standout villain in the movie. And usually when you see that in a trailer, because unfortunately now I think we're bombarded with so many trailers, it's so easy to see what the movie's about. And so easy to discern who the characters are going to be in it and how much screen time they'll get in it. And it's a weird one where you don't see a villain. And it seems like it's Peter. There was also a little bit of a conversation there that Keith David is going to be in it as a narrator. I think he's Venom. I think he's the symbiote. And I think that maybe it's a movie about trying to get Peter and pull him back, because with Frank Castle being involved, the Hulk, possibly Daredevil, maybe Jean Grey, this could be like an all-timer, you know?
And like it's still I don't know what that's a great point. They must be holding back on something, because I suppose that's the whole point. Like a good trailer, like they give a lot away. Like I don't want to spoil it just in case people haven't seen it, but they did definitely give a lot away. But like they must be holding something back. Like otherwise, why people go see the movie? You know. So who's your guy though? Who's it? Is it Andrew? Is it Toby, or is it Tom? Good. This question tends to like end friendships and stuff like that. It's like, who's the best Batman? You know, who be your guy?
I'll start with the best Batman there, seeing as how you said that. Affleck is the best Batman. So we'll start there.
All right, this is his first and last time in the stream. Go on, Adam.
I love Ben Affleck. I love him. He's the you're probably, I don't know what age you are, Shane, but certainly as a 36-year-old, I grew up with the Batman the animated series. So like when I seen Affleck, I was hesitant, and I was like, oh, I don't know, but it was like, at least he looks like Bruce Wayne from the cartoon. And then when he translated it into the movie, I was like, this is it. This is perfect for me. But Spider-Man wise, it's Andrew, and I have two Andrews. Yeah, I have two Andrews in the collection. Amazing Spider-Man 2 and 1. Yeah, I've just recently got one in. One's a beautiful figure.
Is that like, did you work backwards on that, or is that the one that they did recently? they did.
I got
one
the
recently.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 years ago off.
Yeah.
I think it was eBay or one of those groups on Facebook when I was on Facebook, and I loved it. I got it for a pretty decent price, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 1. The other half bought that for me, so it's a funny thing. The Amazing Spider-Man 1, it's a very sentimental movie and iteration of the character for a lot of stuff that I liked about the character. So I liked it. Like, I grew up with Toby, but I never really kind of, those movies never floated my boat. But the Andrew ones
I agree. The Toby ones, I can still watch them and appreciate them, but they just never did it for me, even as a kid, like, which was, or a teenager at that time. But like, funny, you mentioned something there about the other half. Like, are they watching now?
No, but
they're better things to be doing. They're dead right. And how do they feel about it? Like,
very supportive, which is a godsend and a blessing, which is can't really thank enough. And I've gotten a lot of collectibles over the years. Like, some of the collection does come from gifts like that, and no, I'm very blessed like that.
That's good. Likewise, like, it makes it so much easier. Like, I don't think I could tolerate too much if someone was in my ear. What are you buying that for? And it's like, you just bought 3 handbags, so it's like, it's each to their own. All right, so you've watched it. What about you two lads? Are you like trying to avoid spoilers, avoid the trailer, or did you watch it, Bob? What do you think?
Yeah, I did watch it once. I tend to watch the trailer once, and then I kind of almost want to forget it. I want it to give me some hype. I just thought the look of it and the palette and just some.
It looks great, doesn't it? The palette, it looks great.
It looks good, and I like that. And I was kind of hoping. You know me, I'm not the biggest Spider-Man film fan, but sometimes I find them a little bit too silly, a little bit like made for everyone. I prefer my movies a little bit darker, a little bit, I don't know, a bit grittier. So I'm hoping that it does that, and I've still got hope that it might. So yeah, looking forward to it.
What about yourself, Harrison?
Yeah, I've watched it. Looks really good. Very excited for it. It's
stuff.
It looks like it's going to be a little bit different this time, which is nice.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking forward to it. I'm more hyped about that than Doomsday. I think Doomsday could be in trouble, but I think it looks great. Just visually, I would agree with Adam. There's something obviously not showing us because that's a smart movie. You can't be giving away everything. If you're giving away the ice cream, what's that phrase? If you're going to give away the ice cream for free or something, there's a word.
I think it's if you give away the milk, you might as well give away the cow. Is that it?
Or something like that, yeah. Something like that. 100%. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I'd have to hold something back. All right, so we're going to address the chat before we move on. It was a good icebreaker. So we've got Tiny Art Guy, obviously. So he's channel member and panel member. We got Grail Collector 88. Thanks very much for being here. As usual, the pin comment, folks. You know the drill. I'm changing things up a little bit. I'm conscious that I want to give the channel members what tier they, regardless what tier they are, a little bit more for what they pay. So I'm considering doing videos like exclusively just for channel members. And I actually put a short up today, which was just for channel members, which was showing you the stage I am at the moment with the Modu cases. Still not quite there, but yeah. So just bear that in mind. From Finland, we got June Zarab. Thanks very much for being here. We got Etienne Morissette. Tell me, did I butcher that or get that right? We got Geo the Movie Canon. Only When I Breed. Good name. Hello, everyone. We got Thalia Meyer from Germany. We got the Humble Collector. Evening, everyone. Hot here in the UK. Yeah, I heard. A bit of a heat wave coming to Ireland as well. And we've got Harrison as a channel member and a panel member. We have got the Dude Abides. Thanks very much for being here. We have got the Moose Stream. Hello, communities of collectors. I received a custom Dune Channy figure. You actually sent me a photo of that. Yeah, it looks good. It's that same one Bob Dylan has, Moose, with a gorgeous rooted hair. To go with my Inart, Paul Atreides Channy is beautiful and well worth the effort. Good times, good stuff. We got Doc Bat in here. Hello, Doc Bat. How are you? I met Harrison on Sunday and he's not 6'1". David... He mustn't be made from Hot Toys then, or is that the other way? No, he mustn't be made in Inart. You're a Hot Toys developed person then, Harrison. Is that how it works?
Probably.
What are his hands like, David? Do you big hands, Harrison?
No,
yeah, you got the Hot Toys hands.
Just tattooed ones.
But they got the tattoos on the silicone body though, you know. So thanks very much for gone. So what'd you say, Harrison? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
I said that's true. That's what I said.
Sorry, I thought I interrupted you there. Sorry. So now, in fairness, in the private chat, he did say that he wasn't a 6'1", but that's okay. I'm not 6'1". Bloody Pennywise, Cliff Strayer. Be careful straying on those cliffs, Cliff. And we've got Shaky number 4, big Terminator fan, obviously. Just Keith Lee is here, another channel member. Thank you very much. We got Dagito, another channel member. Saw Dagito on GeoStream. It would have been my Saturday morning. You were on it as well there, Harrison. Thank you to you. Thanks to you, Harrison. Thank you to Dagito. Thank you to Geo and everyone else on the panel, because that was a 4-hour something live stream. I listened to every last bit in the replay while building module cases, and it took the kind of the boring side out of it, like, you know. But I got into good rhythm, probably thanks to you.
How did you get on with the module cases? Sorry, Shane. How did you get on with them?
They're built. I got into a good flow. I was dreading it because when they arrived, there was 15 different packages, and they literally arrived on a pallet. And he just dropped them in my driveway, and I went, all right. Now, in hindsight, if you'd waited 2 minutes after I cut out all the kind of shrink wrap they were wrapped in, I could have just given him the pallet. But I got tucked into them. I told the boys, I started on Thursday. Went to Metallica on Friday and around your neck of the woods there, Adam.
Oh, man, how was that?
They were fucking incredible.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Two of my mates went, we played a bit of music ourselves. We had a jam during the day, and then in Drogheda actually, and then got into Dublin to the Viva at a few pints, and then out. And like, all I wanted to say, because there was a no repeat, because they played last night as well, and they weren't repeating the same songs. I said, guys, all I want to hear is Master Puppets and Sad But True. And like, I know there's great sets and stuff like that, but they were the two I really wanted to hear, and they played the both of them. It was bloody incredible. So they were great. So I listened to 8 of the albums on Thursday from start to finish while doing them. So the stage I'm at the moment is they're all built, they're all connected. Bob, I was thinking about you the other day because you were saying, would there be a bit of a rock? Would I have to because I can't push them all up against the wall.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture later on, but like they're custom made to the entire wall. Because they wanted to fit behind the door, they had to be no more than 28 centimeters in depth. Because it's very high, and even though they're very secure connected onto each other, I couldn't push them up against the wall because there's a plug behind which I needed for a power source. So I measured when I was designing them and sent them to Brian the specs. I had taken into account that I had to factor in the socket and the length, I suppose, that the plug would come out from the wall. And because of that, then there was a bit of a rock, Bob. So I was like, right, I need to solve this. I've no access at the sides, and I can get over the top a little bit, but then I couldn't fit a drill in. So I did a bit of ChatGPT and just used the internet and looked for different solutions. And one of the solutions was just a little bit of foam. And when module cases get delivered, it's perfect.
There's
they
a
get
lot
delivered.
of foam.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. So like the boxes come with these foam, and all the metal bars are. It's like a little jigsaw puzzle. They're perfectly cut, tailor-made to not only ship the things but protect the things. And some of the foam, when you take it out, these little blocks, they were the right like thickness that would slot in behind the module cases. They were like 3.5 centimeters thick, a little bit more. And even like ChatGPT was saying, like, if you're going the foam route, make sure that they stick. But sure, some of the foam you can literally peel off the other side that's not used. It was ideal. So I cut a few of them, one for each corner and one from the back. And because it was like a little bit thicker than the gap, once I forced it in and it stuck, like no rock.
Friction holds it there, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just it was great because it was one of the sides was I could peel off it's like sellotape. It was the unused side. I could peel it off and sticks on, and like they are wedged to the wall now. So I'm
awesome.
That's
brilliant.
I'm delighted. It worked. So yeah, all good, Adam. I do have one photo, but I'm going to be posting like different things to the channel as well. They will be shown. It's about time there was someone on this gig that has a stronger accent than me. He's talking about you, Adam, definitely. The Fox is watching. Thanks very much for watching. Who else? I'm going to catch up before we when I get on to Jim Collector is here, channel member, panel member, wielder of said blue wrench. Behave yourself, folks. Yeah, so Dogito, you came across really well, and thank you very much for doing that stream, because I quite enjoyed the listening. Sterling's Fine Art, thanks very much for being here. Collector's Entity, thanks very much for being here. I did my best. Etienne Morissette, that's a cool name. That is a cool name. I think Alanis Morissette was Canadian. Let me know if I'm right in that. I think she was.
What about is it Saint Etienne? Are they Canadian or not?
I don't know. Is Saint Etienne, is that a place? I don't know.
It's certainly a group. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I think Alanis Morissette is a Canadian. You absolutely did, and you definitely entertained. Thanks for the shout out, Shane. Panelists on the show are always awesome. I must get in there sometime. I know you did mention it before, but it's just so early. But then again, Harrison does it, so I have no excuse. We're on the same Greenwich Mean Time. So, right, let's discuss something else. Harrison, what do you think?
I've got to go with the snap, of course. I love the snap.
The snap, as usual, is tailor-made to the week that we had. So I put it this way. This snap, none of these snaps are hard for me. They're easy for me. It's like they're no-brainers for me. If David was here, I can hear him. None of them would be hard for David. It'd be just basically just do the exact opposite to I do. That's what happens. But you and Jim, and maybe Bob, maybe Adam, but definitely you and Jim, you might find them a little bit harder. Possibly. Or maybe not. So, the snap, just in case I want to remove these comments there, just to make sure you see it. If you're just joining us, folks, I'm going to show the panelists two things, and they have to Thanos snap one out of existence. This is all Infinity War, no end game. There is no comebacks. The bad guy wins. You have to decide which one is absolutely justed. The movie It or the movie Aliens. I don't even have to go on this one. You know which one I get rid of. What about you, Bob?
I watched It, the movie, at lunchtime today, funnily enough.
Some light lunchtime watching.
Yeah, with me pot noodle. Because he has all those things coming out of his mouth as well, doesn't he? Do you know what? This isn't as easy as it looks. I am a big Alien fan, as you know.
Yes.
Aliens, not so much, but It Chapter 1's got to go, because I think Chapter 2 and the Welcome to Derry edge it, whereas Aliens is only edged by Alien, so it's going.
So you'd snap It. Okay, that's 2 for 2. Harrison, this one might be harder for Harrison, though. What do you think?
It is harder for me because I do really enjoy it a lot, but it's not Alien, so it is difficult, but not that difficult. Alien will still win over Pennywise, unfortunately, for Pennywise.
And man, I thought this was going to be harder for the two of ye. And as usual, the twins are agreeing with each other, snapping It, not even close. Adam, are you an It fan or Aliens fan?
Yeah, I like both, I do, but I will say that I have a stronger feeling towards It than any of the Aliens movies. I like Alien when it's Alien versus Predator. Never had a great love for the Aliens movies on their own, so it's gonna have to be Aliens for me that's gonna be snapped.
I love the way an Irishman comes on and said, "I never had the graw for something." That is just fucking beautiful. In case you don't know, folks, graw, it's like correct now. Look, you're obviously a good Irish because you're a primary school teacher and you have to. But is it G or A fodder?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. So graw means a love for something. Like, so if you have a graw in your cree, like, you know, in your heart, like you. So sometimes Irish people will say that I never had the graw for that sport or that movie or I know that drink or whatever. Like, so yeah. So you'd be fluent then at Irish, would you be?
No, I'd have a good standard for a guy from Dublin. I was very fortunate to have a brilliant teacher from Mackinac Islands many years ago, and he was just top of the pops, like unbelievable.
Yeah,
so always stuck with me, you know.
And that the Achill would be a Gaeltacht area, probably mostly Irish speaking, would it be?
Yeah, he'd be a Gael Gore, this guy. He used to translate songs, popular songs at the time. The Venga Boys, do you remember them? He used to translate their songs.
Unfortunately, I do. Yeah, they probably sound better in Irish. Yeah,
Yeah, they do. They do.
yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love that. Love that. Here's where it gets a bit harder. Surely for Harrison, I can hear David going, "By Alien Warrior." Obviously, we're gonna talk about this later on. I think that it looks absolutely incredible. It's on the docket. This is just a warm up, but I have to snap it. I need that Alien Warrior. What about yourself, Bob?
Remind me, is that the first Pennywise? That's not the blood-soaked teaser one, isn't it? That's the first.
This is.
I say the first Inart one.
No, that's the new
Yeah.
one.
This is the.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
new
the one
one.
that they haven't. They haven't.
Yeah.
They've teased the blood-soaked one, but this is the one from Welcome to Derry with the sculpted hair.
So I'm gonna snap the Alien Warrior because I've pre-ordered the Pennywise on the left.
I am so shocked. No shocks there. So that's 2 for 2. So David is getting rid of the Alien Warrior, obviously, and so is Bob actually. So you've got some support there, David. You hate to see it. Harrison.
Can I pass on this one, please?
No, you cannot pass. I make these thinking, who's going to squirm during this one? And you and Jim were, yeah. So Jim is actually doubling down. He's snapping it again, but it's a tougher decision. I thought it would be, but you have an out though. But I'm not going to tell it to you because I want you to see what I want to see what you'll say.
As a figure, I think I would. I can't believe I'm going to say it. I'd have to snap Alien Warrior only because I don't have a Pennywise. I have Scorched and I have Big Chap on order. So technically, I could be okay without.
You're not going to be burned again, but your out could be you could snap this Pennywise because you're hyped about that blood-soaked one. But that means that blood-soaked one, which is. It's not his primary look, you'd say. We don't know what they're going to do, but we've an idea. But so in this case, you're getting rid of the alien.
Yeah, yes, I am. I don't like it, but yes, I
am. Vita, are you snapping Inart Pennywise or are you keeping Inart Pennywise? Because I think you like them both, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Alien Warrior isn't the same, Harrison. Interesting. And, Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm keeping the Pennywise and I'm going to get rid of the Alien. I'm going to pre-order the Pennywise, so it's done and dusted. I'm going with Viking Collectibles code with that, so, the Alien's got to go.
Yeah, all right, good stuff. So, like, do you have a Pennywise already, Adam, or...
No, I didn't. Do you know what? I have the Inart Gandalf, but not for reasons people would probably think. I didn't pre-order that at the time because when Inart first started off, I was a bit skeptical, and they didn't pull me in with Gandalf. But when they revealed Aragorn, like I am an Aragorn nut. I actually have two of them. I have the root hair version, and I have the sculpted version. So I then went backwards and got the Gandalf, and the Gandalf's incredible. I've the Nazgul with the horse. And I've 2 other Nazgul as well, so I've 3 Nazgul in total. Would have loved 9 with the horses, but it's way too expensive. So yeah, Inart has won me over with a lot of different figures here. So yeah, I'd go with them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree. We know that, for example, Inart Hot Toys are doing their thing where they announce the version of a figure that people want, but it's not their favorite version. They did it with Return the Jedi Han. They're doing it currently, whether we realize it or not, with the Neo from Reloaded. But they're gonna do the first Neo, a 2.0, the first Neo. They've already done it, but so will Inart. But I'll always look at the two of them. But I think, like, if I was to go in blind and go, okay, who do you want to make it? I would say Inart. So yeah. Okay, so obviously I'm snapping Pennywise here, like, because, it doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter how good a figure is if you're not into the IP. As in, I watched it. I think that's a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's a good movie. The second one, wasn't as good, but still watchable. I've 2 episodes into Welcome to Derry. I just have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy it, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be enough for me to. So, but yeah, the quality of that figure, we'll talk about that later on. It is great, but they're alien.
The
Welcome to Derry
gets better, man. You have to stick with it.
I will be. No, I will be. I will be. Yeah, I've had too many good recommendation from too many people that I respect their judgment, as in they've a good track record. They've recommended other things to me that I was like, oh, I really like that. So yeah, it's interesting that we've a Derry about like what, an hour and a half up the road. Adam, would it be? Maybe before?
Yeah,
an hour and a half.
Probably a bit. Yeah. Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, they've got Popeyes and Slim Chickens up there. You know, it's great. But we've Popeyes in Dublin now. We've Popeyes in Dublin now.
Where's the Popeyes in Dublin?
It's in Blanchardstown.
Oh man, that I remember when I was living in the Middle East in Abu Dhabi, they had a Popeyes. I'd never heard of it. I didn't. Like, they have all the franchises have just invaded Abu Dhabi and Dubai now. It's very westernized now, but. Yeah, middle of nowhere in this desert, they had like a few random franchises, like, and Popeyes is one of them. But I enjoy Popeyes, man. I'm going to be going to Blanche. I'm going to Blanche. Good. That's it. We'll meet for a Popeye and Blanche. That will do. We'll discuss collectibles and yeah.
IMAX Spider-Man.
yeah. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Yeah. And Blanche, yeah. And the thing is, I have to go there. We've got 2 cinemas in Drogheda, but like none of them have IMAX. And for movies like Dune, The Odyssey, and Spider-Man, yeah, I think that could be a shout. And the last but not least. This one might be easier for some people. For me, no brainer. I will recognize as a figure, I think the quality on the Pennywise is better. I think it's a better made figure. Like completely, what's the word? I always objective and subjective. I always have to like pause before I think. Objectively speaking, I think the Pennywise is a better figure, but no question, like it's just a no-brainer. I need a Ripley. I want a Ripley, and yeah, so I'm gonna snap your man Pennywise again. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah. Both PO'd last week.
You're going mad. Did you get the Endo as well?
No, I've not gone that mad. I've lost it completely.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. You've had an expensive few weeks though. You went from pre-ordering nothing to pre-ordering more.
Yeah, I know. I blame all these influencers on YouTube. Yeah.
I hate that word.
Oh yeah. I feel very similar to you. I think that I know that the figure on the left is going to be a much better quality figure, but again, if it was an alien Ripley, it would be the best news of all time, but it's not. But I still want a Ripley, so I will snap Pennywise this time.
Harrison? You hate this, don't you? You hate this.
I do hate this. I do hate it a lot because you've put like my favorite thing against something else I really like. But Ripley is a bit of a disappointment for me, unfortunately. I don't think I'm actually going to end up picking her up. I do have the Present Toys one, so I think that's not helping me because I already have that representation in some form, even if it's not as good. But that Pennywise is a standout for me. Like the moment I saw that figure, oh, I love it. I can't wait for that piece. That's jumped right up and totally unexpected as well. I just didn't think we would even be considering Inart doing another Pennywise anytime soon. So I'm very happy to see it.
Yeah, you see, you got burned once because you didn't get the first Pennywise, so you're definitely you're not taking yeah. And what about yourself, Adam?
I'm gonna say the Pennywise I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna snap the Ripley. If you can just like critique the Ripley a little bit, something that really annoys me about Hot Toys, and they did it on the John Wick Chapter 4, and I just can't unsee it when they do it. That slightly open mouth, I think throws likeness is something terrible. Whereas if it was a closed mouth or an expression like driven
pick
face,
a lane. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
They need to do 2 heads. Yeah. They need to do 2 heads with these figures as well. Like I don't see the reason why they shouldn't. Like one expression head, one sort of standard stoic head. I saw someone else comment as well before on a different post that the Ripley looks a bit like Bruce Campbell, and since someone said that, I can't unsee that now. You know?
That's funny. That is funny. The yeah, well, we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I have some criticism, obviously, but I think Jim kind of summed it up there. Like, I don't think I'd go as far as saying it's the biggest disappointment of the year, because, like, was I more disappointed when I didn't have a Ripley? Yeah, and now there is a Ripley. But so I wouldn't agree with you there, Jim. But I get where you're coming from. I do get where you're coming from. So, like, there are critiques. We are going to talk about them. We got 40 people watching live. Thank you very much for watching live. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment, get involved in the chat, consider becoming a channel member and all that good stuff. So Moostream is a member for 38 months. You're going to need one Inart T800 because it's the Arnie stripped down, and you'll need multiple Hot Toys endoskeletons to recreate the classic future battle. My problem now is a good problem to have. I've got space. I will be getting one Inart Endo. I'm not getting any more than that. There's an argument to get 2 endoskeletons. They made 4 in the movie. I'm not getting 4. But if you get 2, and then you got the battle damage and clean swap out parts, I'd like to have one perfectly clean and then the other one with the, half the arm blown off. So yeah, it could be. Now this we can all get on board on. Jim, you were the biggest disappointment of the year because you're not here, Jim. You're not here.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Obviously.
Who is this referring to? You talk about Bob or Jim? The Harrison.
Bob. I thought he was being just really nasty. I was like, what's that all about? That's David's job. That's not your job.
That's true. That is David's job. No, I'll let him do that one.
Yeah. All right. So so let's go back and take another look. What else could we talk about? We have plenty to talk about. Loads of stuff. We need to speed it up a bit. So if you just joined us, we've discussed briefly the brand new Day trailer. Fair to say, most of us we're kind of looking forward to it. We've done the snap. So will we talk about a figure or something like that? Who hasn't selected yet? Did you select something, Bob?
No, shall we start with the Pennywise, middle left?
Middle left, the actual Pennywise that we have the photos for, yeah? This is the one that already has gone up for pre-order. Okay, so now you're going to have to help me out with a few things here, folks, because what I need... You've ordered it, so pricing. Pricing that actually matters. This is not available directly from the Inart website, would that be right?
I believe that's right, yep.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the Pennywise from Welcome to Derry. So
yep.
There's an argument for that this is a 2.0, but I don't consider this a 2.0. Do you consider this a 2.0?
It can be. It can be classed as a 2.0 if you want to, but I do think it's different enough. The thing is the first one was artisan rooted hair, so really it's a step down for some people rather. So it's not better in a way, it's actually worse in a way for some people.
Yeah, I'm in the camp that if you consider this a 2.0, then you have to consider the Man of Steel a 2.0, but I don't consider the Man of Steel a 2.0 because it's a slightly different suit, different hair, different movie. If they go back and make the exact version of Pennywise again from the It movie and improve it, that's a 2.0. You know what I mean? If they go back and do a Heath Ledger Joker, purple coat with all the same stuff, that's a 2.0. I think it's close. I can see why people would be annoyed about it. I'm in the camp, though, that this should be rooted. And I've heard all the, yeah, but it's a clump of hair and like it doesn't move, but it would still look like hair with hairspray on it. If you see a punk rocker with the big mohawk or the spikes and stuff like that, it still looks like hair. It's solid because it's hairspray. The texture is different. So I'm in the camp that I don't think this is a 2.0. I think this will sell. I think it looks fantastic, but I do think that hair still should have been rooted. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree totally that it should have been rooted. I think the proportions look better. I think the outfit looks potentially more weathered. I think the eyes, I don't know, are they another gimmick that no one's going to really use? I think you have to flash something in them for them to look like that.
Or you have to put something in
I think the eyes have got some kind of like reflective
UV.
material in. Yeah.
Do they actually have UV?
Yeah, UV like eyes. Which I don't.
So-
it just doesn't
Stop.
Make sense.
It's just
It
stop.
yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
You mentioned something there, which do you know the way the argument of like, oh, maybe they made this sculpted, but I think the sculpted actually looks great. Though, to be fair, I remember when you first dropped this teaser, I was like, is that rooted? And I zoomed in, it still looked like rooted, but then it was obviously sculpted. But so they're getting better at the sculpted, which is great. I've heard the argument like, oh, they're doing it to protect the integrity of the 1.0. That's bullshit. That is total bullshit. Like, they're a company. They want to make money.
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck about you, your collection, or, oh, we want to protect the integrity. No, they're a company that make money. They're on thin ice. They need to kind of like, choose the right direction. I do not agree with that. I think that's nonsense. And I do think you'll eventually, this mightn't be a 2.0. I don't consider it 2.0, but I think you're eventually going to see that Heath Ledger purple coat that Dean loves talking about so much back in a 2.0 form. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because what are they going to do? Make the character once and then, 10 years goes by where they've got better sculptors and are able to get the likenesses better, and they're better at rooted hair, and the rooted hair is fantastic. They're better at tailor, and they're able to do everything better and go, no guys, 10 years ago, some of these collectors bought these collectibles and they're going to be really annoyed with us. That's not going to happen. Do you mean they're going to do 2.0s eventually, but I just don't think this is one. I'm going to flick through the photos while you talk. Bob, did you order this?
Yeah. I did it with Kit. Was it with Kit? Actually, it might have been.
It was with Kit.
can't
Did
remember.
you use the code?
He's ordering so
I
much
did.
he doesn't know where he's ordering from.
Yeah, that's a terrible sign.
This
Bob.
one was. Yeah, this one was with Kit because I did use Harrison's generous code. I had the Hot Toys one. When I was going through that period, like I'm still probably going through now, of not knowing what I want to have in my collection, I got rid of it. Kind of wish I hadn't, because I modified it. Sort of took the fat suit out, did the collar. I painted I muddied it up a bit. Actually looked quite good, so I should have kept
The weathering
it,
on this looks crazy good.
the
because,
weathering looks done already.
like, I'm looking at this going, I want that weathering on Ripley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I'm quite easy about.
You're
weathering
amazing
stuff
at
if I
art,
don't-
is what you were going to say,
Well,
but you're too modest. Yeah.
The
draw
first figure
good.
I weathered.
Yeah.
The first figure I weathered was the Art the Clown, because he cost like £100 and he was a rubbish figure. So if it went wrong, you don't care. Then I stepped up and I modified the Hot Toys one of these, following Dean Knight's suggestions, and it's quite good fun. So, but you don't need to do it with this one, obviously. It looks very well weathered already. But I might
do
grab
think
another
this
Hot
should-
Toys
yeah.
one just to do it again, because it's good fun.
Do you know what I noticed? I think I said it. Harrison actually had a really good graphic on his show. He had Hot Toys, and then he had the Inart, and then he had this one. I noticed the first Inart. But they put a lot more effort into the detail. You can see it's sculpted there now. But they put a lot more effort into the detailing on the cracks and crevices on his head. I think that's one of the reasons why I think this sculpt is better. Yeah, that bloody look looks insane. Harrison, what do you think? Sorry, Bob. Bob. How much was
good.
it? much was
Oh,
For
Like
I don't
shipped
know. I'll come
on
back.
kit.
I'll come back to you.
It's 400 shipped on Kit.
And that's like all in
was.
shipped.
That's right,
No
it
customs.
was.
You don't.
Yep.
Do you get stung for customs when you buy a kit?
No, never.
Nice.
Never.
Harrison, what do you think? I presume you've pre-ordered this. You're not getting stung.
Yeah, no, this was just like Gimli. I think the moment it went up, I pre-ordered it. I was very excited for this one. That bloody sculpt is what sold me. I've said it before. I want more horror pieces to have blood on, because it's just such a thing with horror. You have blood in almost anything horror, so they need to start doing it more. And I'm glad that they've done it with Pennywise, because it just makes so much sense with him. He's constantly eating people throughout the entire show and film, so he needed to have that. And And unlike, I do disagree. I'm kind of glad it's sculpted.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, because I don't need everything to be artisan, and sometimes I'm quite happy with something to be sculpted if it's going to save me $100 to $200. I don't necessarily need it all the time. I'm more disappointed with the base. That's the thing I'm disappointed with. I think you've gone from a really nice sort of theatre base to a really boring circle, which at least it's like a diorama topped, but I still think it's nothing to compared to
Do you know what, man?
they were doing.
I think I know these bases are simple, but I just think they're really elegant and they don't have a big footprint. So, yeah, like I do like the bigger bases, like the Armored Batman 2.0, the Final Swing Spider-Man rooftop, Snowy Rooftop one, or the Ironmonger one from whatever. But I think I really, really like these ones. I just wish they were magnetic, and they should be.
The thing I think I don't like about it is the sides around it. Like it just looks so plastic. I think that you could have like for example, Aragorn, Legolas, the new Gimli. They've got smaller bases, but they match the character. They're more elegant. They're not just, they don't just look like a plastic base, and I think that's what bothers me. Is it just looks really cheap to me. That's the only thing that lets it down. But other than that, I'm really, really happy with it. I do like the sculpted hair. I think the body looks better. The pom-poms look better. The collar looks better. You got swap out collar. Like everything else is perfect to me. It's just the base, but I think they're going to make up with that for that.
A lot of the time people say things look cheap, but if that was on my shelf, and especially with the metal, they're doing that a lot now. They're having it looks like an engraved metal plaque. We've seen it with the the T800 clean and battle damage. Well, clean because the battle damage doesn't come in a base. We've seen it with the Endo. These are like metal plaques. Like if that was on my shelf, I wouldn't think that was cheap. It's only when you pick it up, it feels light. Do you think it looks cheap, Harrison, or do you think you're saying it'll feel cheap?
I think it looks cheap. I've seen a lot of third party bases where they just sort of throw a base in, and it almost looks very similar. The difference is they've just put something on top. I just think they can still do the smaller footprint. They could have had that as a circle, but make it look like he's actually standing on a proper like metal grate or something, or have something else around it. Just to have the black plastic, that to me, it doesn't look premium. Whereas like, say for example, J&D, they have a black base with a topper, but the black base looks like elegant wood, like a gloss finished wood. It looks premium, whereas this isn't that. It just looks very cheap and plastic, and I think that just lets it down.
Okay.
The thing is though, the J&D base is premium, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're paying a lot for it, so bloody want. But you're paying a lot for Inart too. They bloody want to be. I just really like this. The weathering on the proportions, the weathering that you did a great photo there on your stream on Saturday where you had the Hot Toys one, then you had the Inart one, then this one, and I think the weathering is better on this. I do think the sculpt is better, more so the cracks on the head and the detailing there. But I do think it. I still maintain I do think it should be rooted, whether it's heavily styled or not. But at the same time, I kind of agree with you. Not everything has to be rooted, Harrison. Like, I think they made the right call sculpting the BVS Batman Ben Affleck. I think they made the right call sculpting the BVS Superman with Henry Cavill, and I think they're going to make the right call sculpting the Man of Steel because the hair is too short. That doesn't need to be rooted. I think the cutoff there, the figure with the shortest hair that they've done rooted, I believe would have been like the Batman, Robert Pattinson, Batman and Bruce Wayne. The hair, it wasn't short, but it wasn't like Heath Ledger long. That's, when it gets to that length, it's like long. And it wasn't like Joaquin Phoenix long. But I do think if it's, Robert Pattinson, Batman, Bruce Wayne long, I think that or longer, it should be rooted because they're so bloody good at it. What about you, Adam? Sorry, go on, Harrison. Sorry.
I was just going to say they could have just offered the choice, which is what we always say. They could have just done both again. And then the people that or even made, I mean, they don't do it, but they could have made it like a limited thing where they've already done it once, so they offer a limited version where it's rooted if they don't want to do it again, or just do a whole other round of being rooted. But yeah, I still think that if they had done it again rooted and not sculpted, I don't think I would have been as excited for it personally. I like the fact it's sculpted.
That's mad, because then it would completely like be better in every way than the first one, but then that you missed, but you'd be less excited because it's rooted.
Yeah,
you don't think it looks as good, or what?
I don't. So it's not that I don't think it looks as good. I just don't think the styling could be as good for his hair in particular. It's very specific in what the way the curls are, and I don't know.
I was just thinking as well. You know, when you get an Inart figure, the heads come in like that designed plastic top with the foam, with the foam in the top that goes over the head that protects the style of the hair. They'd have to redesign that for this hairstyle, wouldn't they?
They would
probably, yeah.
Because
or do what they did for the last one. I know, or an adapted version, a refined version of it. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, so I got this guy through Harrison's code, and I really appreciated that. So I got the 10 off, which was great. It always works out, and especially when it's in USD, it works out a little bit cheaper, although the dollar's starting to creep up and be kind of likewise to the euro now. But 10 off is 10 off, and I'm happy with that. But to go on Harrison's point and what he did there, I think, which was excellent on the stream, I didn't really realise, because, again, like I like Pennywise and I enjoy it, and I didn't buy the initial Inart one. So to see the difference between the current one that's being released and the previous one, like the Harrison showed in the show, I thought was excellent, and it illustrated how much of an upgrade this is. Just a point that Harrison made there, and I think it's a great point and it's an excellent point, is about the offering of a new head sculpt. Now, I know Sideshow have done that recently with the Grogu, that they were offering upgrades to previous releases of Grogu. And I think that could be a good idea that Inart could do, because they've done it with the 1/12 scale Bale Batman that I have. I actually have the upgrade set on its way. And I'm thinking and looking at the Heath Ledger Joker, and I'm like, you could probably do the same there. An upgraded head would be good enough, because I think the outfit, I don't know if there's much more to improve on it. So I think with Pennywise, I think there was a lot to improve on it. And I just think something to consider is, obviously we're getting 2 head sculpts with this. I don't think if it was artisan, but rooted, I don't think we would get 2 or more head sculpts with it. So I think, are we willing to sacrifice the alternate heads for the rooted hair, or, what way would we be looking at it from there? You know what I mean? I would like to see a Deadlight sculpt. I think I hope it's not going to be something they lock behind the bloody version, because they did that with the Reeve Superman, with that smiling head sculpt was an absolute banger, and they locked it behind the 2-pack. So, it's a bit of a shame. But I do think it's an excellent figure. It's worth the upgrade. The base itself, looking at the module cases that I have, like the bigger base, I have the AVP Samurai Predator. It comes with a massive base, and it's too big. I'm looking at the Darth Vader that comes with Darth Vader's that's the Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader that comes with that big kind of Death Star type base. It's too big. So like I'm happy with a smaller base and a smaller footprint. I don't know how other people feel. I know that from my point of view, I'm looking at 8 module cases here that are pretty full. So space is tight, and when you can get a smaller base, I'm happy enough with that. Whereas the big base, I feel like inclined to use that. And I know Inart or other companies are not thinking of guys like me that buys Lord of the Rings, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Power Rangers, and then movie icons. They're not worried about that. They're going, you got a lovely display like Bob has there, which is very much so picked out, and like yours, Shane, and like yours, Harrison, it's very picked out. It's very particular. And I think that's more of the market they're looking towards. So I can understand why people are peeved about the base, but I don't know if I really buy into the whole shtick of, they're trying to preserve the earlier version of it. If anything, these companies are definitely upgrading. Would I have liked it to be cheaper? Sure, like anything. I mean, I think the Terminator...
Have you ever bought anything in your life that you wished was more expensive? Doesn't matter if it's a car or a pack of Frosties. You remember Frosties?
Frosties, oh man.
Frosties have been discontinued. Too many E numbers. Did they have Frosties in the UK, lads? Do you know that? Not Frosties. Well, actually,
What?
Well, it depends what you're
Frosties the cereal is one thing, but I was talking about
Yeah.
Frosties, they're hard candy sweets. They come in a yeah.
No,
Do you remember?
No,
remember,
never heard of
them?
them.
I don't know.
No.
Oh,
They
lads,
were good.
No.
You just
They
missed
were
out.
good. They're like cola cubes, basically. You're class.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they were unreal.
Full of E numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drop them into you before you went into your primary school on the day, and you'd be 8 years of age, full of Frosties. Yeah. Great day.
Yeah, they'd be your worst nightmare now. So if all the kids like dropped a family pack of Skittles before going into it, you know. Yeah.
Now it's cans of Monster now, and you're going.
Ah,
"Holy
don't
moly."
even get me started, man. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I've got the cans of Ghost. Have you tried the Ghost yet?
No, but I kind of want to like
Oh,
the cans of Monster. Like, you know, if you're like you're driving somewhere late at night, you're like, okay, I need to be active for this. I can't drink any more coffee. You know, maybe. But like, I've heard about the Ghost is supposed to be like crazy.
Dude, the white ones, like, you know the Love Heart sweets.
Yeah.
It smells and tastes like that, and it's 0 sugar. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And is it like, is it like full of caffeine then, or what? Like.
Yeah. Oh no, this thing will have you wired to the moon, lads. Like 100%.
And like, where do you buy them? Can you buy them in like, was there any specialist shops or what? Like.
I seen them and I bought it in Mr. Price, and then there was also, Reynolds that's in town in Dublin City Centre on Abbey Street. They had them there first. That was the first place
Abbey
I
Street,
bought them.
Yeah.
Mr. Price seems to have them. Unbelievable
Man.
stuff. I'm buying more.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so he's sold. We're now sponsored by Ghost. Any closing thoughts on this before we move on to something else, folks? No. Okay. So we have a brand new channel member.
Welcome to the club, man.
Much appreciated. We have Obi-Wan's Attic. I nearly read that Obi-Wan Static, but yeah, it's Obi-Wan's Attic 35 became a channel member. Very much appreciated. Thank you for the support, and you can actually go on there live now, or if you on your phone, if you have your phone there, and just go into the latest shorts. You should have access to. It's only a short video. I just put up just a really, really kind of a tease of the module cases. Like, I was just basically building them. I was taking the protective brown paper off the acrylic, and I don't know about you, Adam, or Bob. The side with the print with the logo on it doesn't come off so good, but the other side comes off lovely in one piece. It's weird.
Yeah. So I've done about 8 of these, and 7 of 8 came off in almost one big sheet, and the other one took me about 2 hours to scrape it all off.
Really?
It kept,
That's
when
mine
you
hasn't been
know when
that
you
bad
pull it
now.
off. Yeah, you know when you pull it off, and it still
pause.
leaves a layer of. Yeah, it was the whole thing, and it was coming off in bits about this big.
Yeah.
It took me ages. Yeah,
They
nightmare.
are an absolute bollocks to get off. They are so hard.
yeah. But like,
And
my
I
one's...
found that if the room was heated, I had them in a cold room, and that was the enemy. Because then the missus, in her infinite wisdom, said to me, "That room is cold," and I said, "Sure it is." And she said, with all of the technical stuff with nails and all of the makeup stuff, she said, "Why don't you warm the room and see what happens?" And I did. And would you believe I had to go back, tail between the legs, and say, "You were right about that one."
All right. So the heat made them come off a bit easier.
Yeah, whatever about the glue, she said. Now, she was very scientific about it. She said the glue kind of, I suppose, warms
it would
up.
probably melt
About-
more. Yeah, it would warm up.
melts
Yeah,
more.
that makes sense.
And they
that makes
peeled
perfect
off, not a
sense.
butter. Because I was hours at it.
That would make
I was hours trying to get
that
them
would
off.
make perfect sense. That would make perfect sense. Do you mean Frosties with the polar bear as the logo? I remember there was a tiger on the logo of the cereal, but I can't remember what logo there was on the sweets.
That was Tony
remember.
the Tiger.
Yeah.
I think the Frosties were just a red packet. I don't think there was a logo at all.
No, I don't think so. But there was Tony the Tiger, but Jim's like, nah. I was thinking about something completely different. Yeah, different animals, Jim. Different animal. not a polar bear. He remembers Frosties. Dreaming Visions. Are you from the States? Where are you based? But they're cola cubes, basically. I think you can get them in those kind of There's some shops that still sell those old-fashioned sweets like acid drops and bullseyes and all that kind of stuff. They're they're not that common anymore. But thank you very much, Obi-Wan's Addict 35, much appreciated. Okay, so we're going to move on from this, and I'm just going to do this, probably a good segue now, really, really quickly. So we're currently at 5,870 subscribers. My next short-term goal is to be at 6,000, hopefully before the end of the summer or sooner. Go over and follow at 16figurefocus on Instagram. That's where I link all of the kind of advertise all the links to the shows, whether it's whether it's an unboxing review or a live stream, whatever. Shout out to the channel members. We have got we're going to give actually first shout out to the new one, Obi-Wan's Attic 35. I can't tell if he's joined as a trooper or commander at the moment, just based on this. I'll check later, but thank you very much. With a few gifties there: Rampesh, James, Empty Proxy, JLam97, and Eddie Rodriguez. The troopers then, we've got Chris, Philly Z, TJ Mike, Keith Lee, Collected Universe 16 Mike, Viking Collectibles, Yomo, this Ben Thomas Show, Dogito, who did his first live stream on, as we mentioned earlier on the Movie Canon Geo stream on Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are watching. 16 Shooter Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, Ancient Silver Fox. Shout out to Ian, actually. I was picking his brain, and Mike, Jonathan at Tron's office about Magic Case related stuff. They were both very, very helpful. And shout out to Brian Wong, obviously, because he actually, he sold these to me, and they're custom, and he understood the brief. He absolutely nailed it. There was no issues. 15 packages, everything was there. Nothing is missing so far that I know of. And yeah, I think this is I'm excited about this. So thank you, Jim Collector, Lance Knott's Nerd Corner, Mike L, and Ryan Smith, as usual, our weekly nod to Shiny. The commanders have their YouTube handle displayed at the end of the content like this, as well as having access to all the other perks. Rest in peace, Mark Mitchell. Mark, I think in late July, it'll be his 1 year anniversary. So yeah, rest in peace. He would have loved the last few weeks, because he was a big fan of the big four: Alien, Predator, Terminator, and RoboCop. That RoboCop 2 figures and Kane, they're probably any day now. The latest video on the channel, my thoughts on the Aliens, Artisan, Sculpted, and the Alien Warrior. It's a long form video, but you're probably going to get the live takes of it today. You know what? I'm going to pick this one, folks. It's just a natural segue. So we're going to have a look at the Alien. I'm going to start off by, I will summarize my thoughts by reading a comment that I posted to Hot Toys official Instagram and Facebook. I doubt they read it, but I think it's fine talking amongst ourselves, but unless you give it back to the source, like I presume they read some comments, but then it's just pointless otherwise. So I do have thoughts on this. I'm going to share the exact comments that I shared, and I'll just, it's not that long, but I'll read it out. And we have to, I suppose, provide constructive criticism in a respectful manner, and hopefully they'll take it on board. I can understand the argument is, well, if you pre-order it, then they won't get the message. Yeah, you're not wrong. I completely understand that. No, I completely understand that, but like, what is my, as a collector who has watched this movie for the bones of 35 to 40 years, has wanted this character for the longest time, the only way me not ordering doesn't matter. The only way that works is every single person who wants this says, come on guys, we're going to band together. We're going to band together, and no one is going to order any of these. Not the Artisan, not the Sculpted, not the regular, not the deluxe, and we're gonna stick it to the man. And then Howard will have to improve that. In an ideal world, that would work. It would work. Tony Stank, there was absolute uproar. They actually replaced the head sculpt. They would listen to that because they listen to the money. The orders on the Bat missile, I presume, were so low they cancelled it, and probably the Sakarian Iron Man, whatever it's called, that would work. But the problem is, you have to trust everyone else not to order it. That's not going to happen. You're always going to people going, yeah, I'm not going to order that, and then I'm going to order it, get on the kit. That's exactly what's going to happen. So that doesn't work, unfortunately. So I've opted for, I'm still excited about it, but I'm just going to give my critiques here. So at Hot Toys, I'm very excited that you are making figures from Alien and Aliens for the 40th anniversary. I have Big Chap on pre-order and will be getting the Alien Warrior Deluxe and the Ripley Artisan. However, I wish you would please consider the following feedback to make improvements for such an important character from such an important movie. This next part's really important because some people are very, very binary and not everything is binary. While I think the likeness is good, it's not a 10-10 or a banger or Shrink Ray, shout out to Collecting Weekly. Sigourney Weaver had a very distinct jawline in the movie and that needs improvement. So the likeness needs improvement. I can see the likeness. I can see it's Sigourney Weaver or they're trying to get it. It's just not all the way there. Okay. My initial thoughts was an 8 out of 10. I've kind of soured on it a bit. I've rested on it's a 7 out of 10. Okay. So unfortunately not as good as I'd want it to be. I'm still hyped about it. But I could be more hyped. So kind of what Jim was getting at earlier on. Next point. Fix the shape of the hair on both artisan and sculpted versions. During the end of the movie when she has this outfit and these weapons accessories, her hair was very wet, sweaty, messy. It brings it down at the sides, gathering on top and giving a more asymmetrical look. That's a fact. That white t-shirt needs to be weathered and lots of it. Basically orange, brown, dirt, sweat and grime. The pants need weathering too. And while it's great that the arms are seamless, they lack detail. Now, there's other criticisms I presume we'll talk about. But you can see it here. Sigourney Weaver was not gaunt in the movie. She was in bloody good shape. I would say gaunt is an insult to her. Gaunt is like someone who's undernourished. She was in fantastic shape. And if you don't believe me, watch the last few minutes of the first one. If you know, you know. But she was in fantastic shape 7 years later in 1986 when this came out. Look at that jawline. That is bloody defined. That is not someone's gaunt. That is someone who's athletic and in shape. Unfortunately, on the right, it gives it a more kind of a fuller look to the jaw. And then you can see this, the hair is very kind of symmetrical. Kind of like, I suppose people were saying, like Eleven's haircut in like season 2 or 3 of Stranger Things. There she is. Look how sweaty. She's filthy. She's covered in that stage in sweat. She's covered in that stage in probably bits of blood. There's a bit of blood on her face. Newt had been in those clothes for, I don't know, months, weeks, months in trash ducts and stuff like that. So she was filthy and she's holding the kid who's filthy. And she's just at this stage, I believe, ripped her out of a cocoon. My point is, t-shirt, very, very dirty. The pants kind of look like she's been painting her house. And that's the way they should be. Kind of weathered with some dirt in them as well. I don't know why they didn't show at least one close-up of those bloody Reebok stompers. They made a big deal about the getting the license. They look great. They look weathered. They look more weathered than the rest of the outfit. Show them. Yeah, they're kind of my thoughts. Like, this movie this is any day of the week. This is going to break my top 10, maybe my top 5. I'm still excited about it, but the fact that they haven't, and I can still see the likeness. I don't think it's a bad sculpt. You see in my feedback there, at not one time did I say, this is trash. 0 out of 10, because it's not a 0 out of 10, but it's also not a 10 out of 10. So these like tribal camps of this is the best figure in the world, the likeness is perfect. I didn't hear too many people saying that, because it's not. But I heard people saying it looks nothing like her, and that's your opinion. That's fine. That's completely fine. But I think a nothing is like a 0 out of 10. That's just not accurate. I instantly go, okay, you're exaggerating to back up your argument. That is literally the definition of hyperbole. So therefore, I can't take you seriously. Give me something in between. Give me something like if something looks nothing like them whatsoever, but I don't think it looks nothing like her. I think you can see the likeness. Unfortunately, it's just not all the way there. Rant over. I'm still hyped about it. Can't wait until it comes in. I hope they fix it, but I don't think they will. I would love... Sorry, rant extended a little bit. They do, however, from time to time, post updates. We got one with the Feral Predator. They literally, a few days before they dropped it and released it, they put up the body with the joints, the torso with the joints to fully seamless. They did it with the Black Panther from Black Panther 2. Is it Letitia Wright? Have I got that name right? I think she plays. I could have the wrong name altogether. The sculpt came out. then, like about a month before they dropped it, they put update photos on it, and that was actually a good sculpt to begin with. The Tom Holland from the final swing, the first time they did it, they put updates on that as well. I think they showed updates for, there was something else they did it for as well. They do actually improve things from time to time, from proto to full release. For example, the Killmonger, there was a Rey they did, there was a Kylo Ren. They're all, from someone who's been doing this a long time, it does happen. It just doesn't happen enough. Now I'm finished. Anyone?
That was quite a good rant. Maybe 7 out of 10.
Love it, love it, love it. Anyone?
Yeah, that was very good, Bob. That was very funny.
Yeah, he's good.
I do
here
agree. I do agree with pretty much everything that you said. To be honest, I am the only thing I do disagree with is the dirtiness. I've said it before. I don't need my figures to look like they need a wash. I'm quite happy with the clothing to be clean. I know it might not be as accurate, but I do have a thing sometimes where I look at a figure, if they're too dirty, I feel like they need a wash. So
do you prefer clean to battle damage overall?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably
most
yeah,
of the
that's
time.
probably
So like,
yeah.
I do might like it sometimes, like Iron Man with some of the battle damage pieces. I do like it, but definitely not as much as the clean. So that side of it, while I can see the point, it's not something I need. But it is definitely the head that let me down on this piece. I was sure I was going to end up upgrading because I've got the Present Toys one. I was sure I was going to upgrade and get the Hot Toys one because I just thought it was going to be significantly better. And I feel like it came out at a point where it was just not. Like, I was almost tempted with the Artisan because I think the Artisan does look like a bit of an upgrade. But then I feel that she's a bit too expensive to go for that because I still don't think the likeness is great. And she didn't come with a new. So I was like, so that I don't get that. And I don't get anything else. So like, I feel like if I was to upgrade to the Hot Toys, I wouldn't be getting much of an upgrade. So that's my thing. I'm quite, at the minute, I'll stick with the Present Toys. And if they do, like you say, they do a big update to her and she comes out looking really, really good, then I'll just try and pick her up then.
And to be honest, like Harrison, like I was just recognizing that people are saying they'll improve it. And they do that from time to time, but it might be 10% of the final products turn out better than the protos, and usually it's the same or dropped, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's very rare.
I'm not naive enough. I'm doing this long enough to know they're the outliers. They're not the. But you know what's funny? Like I meant to say this earlier on. You mentioned with the rooted hair and the bases, and then you mentioned with the dirt. That's completely your personal taste and my personal taste are just not aligned there, and it's like you can please some of the people some of the time. You cannot. They're fighting. They're losing battle basically.
Yeah.
But if the likeness was good,
time.
you know.
That's why I do think what they've done is probably the best. It's got a little bit, not too much, not over the top. I think that is the sort of, it meets in the middle. It will please everyone. And then, for example, if you wanted it really, really dirty, you could try weathering it up. You can throw it in the mud for a little while, get it all sweaty and dirty. Like you could add that and make it your own almost. But I do think some people might not like having it really weathered.
I mightn't throw it in the mud, but what I might do is wait until Dean Knight gets it in hand, because it's the type of thing he'd do well. And then I try and copy what he did if I felt so inclined. Or just wait for, is it Topo?
Oh, Topo, yeah.
To do like, you know, the weathered version. Yeah. What do you think, Bob?
On Ripley, I've pre-ordered the Artisan.
I was waiting for someone to say it. Yeah.
I
haven't yet. Actually, sorry,
obviously.
I did. I went into Sideshow. Sorry.
I thought you were going to. How could you not? How could anyone not? That's
the
a serious Alien fan.
The confusion was, you know, my opinions on Sideshow is too expensive. I messaged Line Rock and they got back with prices for me today, and now I'm like, I've already gone it's price of the Endo, the Alien Warrior Deluxe, and they gave me a price for it Ripley Sculpted Deluxe and Artisan, so I need to decide. I might, if I'm doing giveaways, I like to do giveaways that are like a bit bigger, but so I might maybe get a second one and see. Let's see. Yep. Go on, Bob. Will we?
Yeah.
Shall we throw the photos of the figure up, maybe?
Yeah. Why not?
Sheens were here.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Artisan first, or
I'm quite happy to be honest. I got the Artisan just because I thought, why not? It just seems this. I mean, I was going to say what could go wrong, but
well, the hair could be shit, Bob.
just about everything. But she's a character you can work with. You could sort it out. It's not like her hair is pristine. So even if it's not perfect, I'm sure you can make it look how you want it. And I know people will say, well, it should be perfect, but perfection is different in different people's eyes, isn't it? It's a figure I've been excited for being released ever since we had to, put up with the old one with Jonesy the cat and that, but I never thought that was too bad either. For its time. So yeah, I'll get it. If it's not dirty enough, I'll quite happily dirty it up. In fact, I probably will to some extent.
Can you imagine if someone has just dropped in the stream for some reason and they're not a collector? And I just heard you say that. They'd be like, "What did I just stumble into?"
Yeah, that wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. But some black and brown wash, very light wash weathering on those trousers, and even maybe the shoes. You can have fun with it. So I'm quite happy, because if it comes out perfect, then I'm a winner. If it comes out too clean, I'll have some fun with it. If the hair's not 100%, I'll have some fun with it. I want a representation of Ripley, and I think this Artisan is going to be probably the best one we're going to see for a long time. So I went for it.
Sorry, I heard something. Don't know what that was.
Uh-oh.
I might have.
It's not Pennywise, is it?
No, could be. No, it sounds weird. The dog's gone mental anyway, so I need to go down and just check if everything's okay. Can you give me 1 minute? Right, it's just talk amongst yourselves, folks. Give me one minute. Yeah.
Who wants to talk? Harrison, you want to talk, don't you?
Yeah, I always want to talk. No, why did you not go for the sculpted though? That's my question. What was about? Like, do you think the hair looks better?
I don't think the sculpted looks great. Artisan's the future. It's got to be. They'll get it right one day. Let's hope it's with this one.
Hopefully. I mean, to be fair, I think the thing that they struggle with the Artisan is the hairline rather than the actual hair anyway.
Yeah, and there's no hairline, is there?
Exactly. You can't see the hairline. So I do think this will be one of the better ones. Yeah,
I think so. I'm happy. I mean, I was just excited. I got a really good price on it as well. At Toys Assemble, I think I did mine. I think it was like second day order, because their first day orders and third day orders had sold out.
You pre-order from Toys Assemble, yeah?
Yeah, I've never done it before with them, but I bought a number of figures from them. I used my credit card.
Because I heard
they've paused PayPal, haven't they?
Yeah, no, it could be just something completely legit, but I know.
Yeah, I've just done it on my credit card. That's protection enough.
Yeah. Because I heard a lot of people say that they buy from them when things are in stock, but they don't pre-order. But so okay.
Yeah, it was. I think it was £100 cheaper than I saw it on Kit when I spoke to Jim about it.
Kit,
the exact same one.
Kit did put his up a lot.
And certainly a lot less deposit as well.
Yeah, because he usually doesn't do the Artisans. He's only just started stocking them.
Yeah, and I've always gone to Kit for my pre-orders before, but £100 is £100, isn't it?
Yeah.
This comment by @BeerMat, I completely agree. It would be 100% appreciated, So, hello, X-Man Supreme, and hey, Ryan, how you doing? And you went Toys Assemble as well. What do you think, Adam? Did you go for this one, or Are you just?
No, not my wheelhouse. Just on the Toys Assemble thing. When you have a company that comes out and say they are not Toys Wonderland, that's pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. So that'd be concerning to a degree. But luckily, Bob, you have it on the credit card, so that's usually a good thing. You know.
Yeah.
Very positive. When it comes to Sigourney Weaver, I'm more of a Galaxy Quest fan, and that's my sort of forced introduction really to her. So I'm not a huge Aliens fan. I do think it does need an awful lot of work though, just looking at it. I remember Sigourney Weaver as well from the Ghostbuster movie, and like fabulous looking woman. And then like you're saying about the chin, I'm with you on that in terms of it looks weighty. I thought the same, funnily enough, about the James Bond from No Time to Die. I bought the tuxedo version and I was dreading it coming in. And I mean dreading it because I seen some of the early reviews and I was like, this looks like an absolute stinker. And then I got it in hand, and whatever it is, maybe the camera lens or whatever, it looked phenomenal in hand. Now, is it perfect? No. And that has a bit of a jowl to it as well. It has a bit of a double chin to it when Daniel Craig didn't have it in the movie. So I don't know. I think they could do a lot better, and I think they have showed us that they can do a lot better. Like I had a Darth Maul 1.0, I have a 2.0 now. It is nailed on, looking like Ray Park. I don't think they can do any better than that. So to see an iconic character like Ripley, that so many people like yourselves guys here that have waited for this to be like let down, it's a disappointing thing for you guys that you're such uber fans, and it's sort of you've been starved so long that they can kind of put out work like this that I think is personally subpar, and they just know people will buy it because they haven't got another option.
Yeah. Can't disagree with any of that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Disagree with any of that. So Bob has pre-ordered it. Harrison's out, and then it's not in Adam's wheelhouse. We'll take a quick look at the sculpted version before we moved on. We're not gonna. It's the same thing. So like this one is $390, the Artisan, and then this one here, which is it comes with the Artisan. It's the same thing, only it comes with the exact same stuff, but this is sculpted. Yeah. And yeah, like this hairstyle, I think the Rooted is better. I think there was a 50-50 split. Some people were saying that the Artisan was better. I'm in that camp unusually. Hot Toys does do great sculpted hair, but some people are saying the sculpt is better, but I don't think the sculpt is better. I do think in their defense, it's a hard head sculpt and sculpted hair to get right in sculpted. But one of the things that could have helped it if there was little gaps in between the curls, and I think the curls need to be more curlier, maybe
just a bit more layered instead of one big lump of plastic.
Even where the parting is, it's pitch black.
Yeah,
you know, and that's not often right. And you know, it's usually lighter on the blackest of hair.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I love the cheeks, the cheekbones and the bruising on the cheekbones. I think looks awesome on this figure.
And this one here was a bit cheaper, I believe. So the Artisan was $390, which for Artisan it was about $25 cheaper than I thought it was going to be. And then this one here is $310, and then the regular, which is the same sculpted but without the egg. You need the egg. It is $285. I'm very much you need the egg. Although I do think they're a bit oversized, but
they're big eggs, aren't they?
They're big eggs. They're big eggs.
Just put them further away. That would be my solution.
Yeah, that's like Father Ted, Dougal.
That's right.
Eggs are far away. We have 50 people watching live. Not bad for a Monday night. Much appreciated. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and let us know where you're watching from. Any other thoughts on this before we move on? Like the sculpted, I don't think it's their best sculpted, but I do think the style of hair is difficult to capture in sculpted. That is my thoughts on that. Any other thoughts on the sculpted hair specifically before we move on?
I don't have any more on this, but I do have a question for you. Now they've done this and they're doing the likeness of Ripley, it would make sense that they're going to do Alien because they've already done Big Chat. Will you double dip and get another Ripley and get Ripley from the first one? I know you will, but they're like, everybody else and in the chat would they, but like Bob, for example, you were saying this is.
Catch your cell phone.
Would you be tempted to grab Ripley from the?
I would.
first one?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean that's one of my top 3 films of all time, Alien. So yeah, absolutely.
If it's part of the big 4, my default setting is I'm interested. And I think the artisan hair, because I think that figure, because her hair is significantly longer, will lend itself better to artisan hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't they edit
Okay.
some of her hair out in the first movie as well?
Say again?
I think they edited some of her hair out in the first movie as well, didn't they?
That is
That's a deep
an
cut.
H. It's an H in Silver Fox type of humor is what it is. I was looking into that. Pause. Apparently, that's not true. Apparently, it's not true. I'm not sure. I think she refused to do certain things, and I'm not entirely sure if that's true. If it's an urban myth, you could be right. Maybe they did. I'm not entirely. I don't think they did though. It was 1979.
Isn't it interesting though? At the end, just talking about what you guys are saying there about the force look of her in the movie, like that last kind of look that she has in the movie is quite iconic as well. I mean, you see that they've done Harley Quinn and how she looks like the Margot Robbie one. Like you'd kind of wonder what conversations are had around that if they would do that look from the end of the Force movie, you know, where she's kind of in the what shall we say, the kind of skimpier
The
outfit.
smallest underwear in the world.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
would
they'll never do that. No.
I don't think so. But like, what separates that from Harley Quinn? Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, no! I think that Harley Quinn's outfit, first of all, is cooler, and she was in that for like the majority of the movie. And I also think she's wearing significantly more clothes. To be fair, so I don't think. Also, I'll say this: that's not a version I'd be looking to pick up. This hobby's weird enough. You know what I mean? Now, if they did Princess Leia Return of the Jedi, which they're never going to do, like that's an iconic outfit. Like that is an iconic outfit. But I think the first one, I don't think it's an iconic outfit. There's bloody not much outfit there. No, I think the difference is that Harley Quinn spends the majority of the movie in that outfit. And I do think she's wearing significantly more clothes, and I do think that it's a cooler outfit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my own take on it. Anyway, what do you think, guys?
The last look for Ripley.
He's talking about an alien.
What, when she's getting changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting changed. I would definitely not have that.
Yeah.
Doesn't she get in the spacesuit
No.
though? So you could get her in the spacesuit maybe.
The space would be cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But then you'll have people on the internet.
Yeah, can I
I'm
take
not going
her
to
out?
finish
that. 100%.
Yeah,
See,
that's
I-
the fourth question. That's the fourth question people would ask.
I'd buy the I'd buy the Ripley with her head shaven in the later film.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
In Alien
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
would be,
about her look in Resurrection with like the vest? Like
I think I
it's
watched
leather.
Resurrection once. I don't intend on watching it again.
No, maybe not. It really does die off then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Although I prefer. I think
I quite like Alien 3.
Yeah, you know what? It has an atmosphere. I've heard that you know what? It was a part 3. It continued her story, and it gave her an appropriate ending. Like it was an ending, you know. Like
Yeah.
how they did Hicks and Newt dirty. That's unforgivable. And then I've heard this explanation that like the first movie is kind of like almost like a commentary on, you know, working class and business and stuff like that, and the second commentary is on war, and the third one is religion, because they were like this weird prison religious cult, weren't they? And I kind of like that kind of look on it.
Yeah.
I can still watch Alien 3. I won't put it on. I won't buy it on 4K. I have it, but like I won't.
No, but if
buy
it comes on telly,
if
it comes on TV,
yeah,
you'd watch it, wouldn't you? Yeah.
But yeah, I think it gave her an
A bit
ending.
like
It's
Terminator
just,
3.
No, I'd switch that shit off. No, not happening. Not happening. Not
Sorry, I
happening.
just threw that in there.
With Arnie in the first one, I don't want him to catch me. With the T1000 in the second one, I don't want him to catch me. The third one, though, I would let her catch me. Do you know? So
yeah, you would.
You know, so
Yeah.
it just
No one
takes
would
the
let her
whole
catch him.
thing out of
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah. Christina Loken, I believe is her name.
It
Ordered
is.
artisan version and hope that they decrease the amount of hair, the hairline and the amount of hair, the volume of the hair. That is kind of like their weaknesses. That's where like Inart are so far ahead of the game.
Yeah, that's where they went wrong with Anakin a number of times, wasn't it? Too much hair.
Yeah. I look at my artisan Black Widow from Iron Man 2. She's a solid 9.5 in my opinion. So think most of us knowing it's iconic as Ripley that Hot Toys brought their A game. Yeah, the thing is, that's the only artisan figure that I have in hand, the Black Widow. I think they actually did a great job on that. And then I've got the Winter Soldier, don't we, Harrison? We're waiting for that to see if it's going to turn out well or not.
Yeah,
You've that one?
I'm very scared. I must admit.
I'm skeptical.
I'm very
I am
worried.
skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Jim is saying the whole Nostromo crew. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even think I'd entertain that, but haven't you started moving your figures into the HMO?
That'd be House of Multiple Occupation, wouldn't it?
Right, is it?
In your
yeah, I'm
Hodge
not,
cases.
I don't exactly know. I know what the end game is, but I don't know where to start. You're not going to see empty shelves behind me. As in, like, you might see a few empty spaces or an empty row, but this isn't going to disappear. This is still kind of my favorite, I suppose. But there are certain groups that are like, that makes perfect sense to have them there. So there's going to be space in both of them, I think, for the future. So tomorrow is the day for that. I much appreciate that. Thank you very much, Phil. We miss you, man. Hopefully you'll be able to get you back here soon.
We do.
Predminator, I see what you did there. I wonder when Hot Toys will start doing glass eyes like J&D, but I understand what they do is, yeah. In fairness, I don't think they're going to do that. Jim enjoys Resurrection. I that is definitely a movie I think you would enjoy. It's just, yeah. I'm used to your outliers. You're a salmon swimming upstream, man. Yeah, okay. So, Phil, yeah, come home very much, yeah. All right, so look, we'll talk about something else. If you just joined us, we've already talked about Artisan and Sculpted Ripley. What do you want to talk about, Bob? Harrison, I think. Let's go.
Yeah.
Should we go to the Xenomorph, considering we just spoke about Ripley?
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Let's do that. I'm going to go Adam first on this one. Adam.
Yeah, quick and easy here.
Go on.
I think I'm just waiting. I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm kind of waiting for the grid alien from AVP. That's literally the only alien that I think I'll purchase. Because if I do get involved in this, it's a dangerous game. The Scorched Xenomorph looked incredible, but sometimes Hot Toys telegraph things for me. And I think that removable plate on the Scorched, I was like, I can see that they're going to do grid maybe using that technology because you can just swap that piece. But this looks phenomenal. Look, if you're a fan, I'm sure you're a Terminator and Aliens fan, your Christmases have all come at once. It looks
or maybe
great.
Christmas is cancelled after all these pre-orders, so
perhaps.
yeah. Harrison?
I am the opposite. I love this, just like I love Big Chap and Scorched and any other Xenomorph they would make. I might not double dip on a Ripley, but if it's a Xenomorph, I will get every single one. They can make Alien 3, Dog Alien, I'll get that. I'll get Resurrection Aliens, I'll get Covenant, Prometheus, do a Deacon. I'd love to have a Deacon as well. A Neomorph, honestly, there's so many other ones that they could do, and I would buy every single one. So this one's coming home. I love the blue of this one.
Have you seen the secret base photos where it doesn't look as blue?
Yes, I am very sad. That is not as blue.
My memory of this though was that the color grading of the movie had a blue tint to it, or filter, whatever you want to call it. But I always thought of them as they were kind of dark blacks and browns. I never thought of them as blue. So I think it's cool they're doing it, but I do think the iridescent look is very cool. But seeing it in Secret Base, it doesn't have that blue. I think they've just used a bit of Photoshop here to give the impression, that
it's
the
definitely
color
more
grading
blue
is
in
good.
these pictures. Yeah,
Definitely. I think a lot of people like it as well, which is yeah. You can see it here though, like that it's not blue on the knees and the arms. So this one is the deluxe version is $340. The regular is $315. The difference between the regular and the deluxe is the egg. It is the exact same egg. They missed a trick there. One of those eggs should be opened. One of them should have been closed. Job done. Strange the way there's no face huggers in either him, deluxe, regular, or alien or
that
Ripley,
was
any
very
version.
weird. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that.
That's just dumb. It is dumb. There you can see H.R. Giger's trademark kind of look. He's a weird guy. He's a genius. He's a weird guy. So yeah, this is coming home, definitely. So probably my favorite design of Alien. I really, really like it. This and Big Chap. Yeah, so this one is going to be pre-ordered. I'm not hitting the it has been pre-ordered button because I only got the prices today, but love this. So I'm in. Just a few little things about it. It is a wired tail. It is 4 pairs of swap out hands, one of which is wired as well. The dorsal tubes are removable as well for posing options, and you've got a silicone body and silicone legs and 2 pairs of swap out silicone arms. So because all the xenomorphs weren't the exact same, so you can have, 2 different versions that look a bit different. So yeah, I've been waiting for this. No brainer. Very excited. Definitely getting it. They're my thoughts, Bob.
Yeah, I will probably when it comes out. It's interesting with that blue on, isn't it? I wonder how much of the blue on there is how much they've actually put on the figure or intended. Do they put any of it? It's not going to turn out like the red and blue Darth Vader, is it? Let's hope.
Oh yeah. The just the Crayola Vader. Yeah.
I'll probably wait till it comes out, this one, but I think I will add it to my collection.
Yeah, I think when I meet you this time next week, hopefully there will be a lot of this going on. Yeah, because tomorrow there's probably 3 that have to be deposits locked down. Yeah, very exciting. So that's there as well, and we're back here again. Adam, what would you like to discuss?
I think we'll go with the Endo. I think the Endo is an interesting one.
Cool. We're not going to do too much talking this. You probably know what I'm going to show, but I saw this and I thought it was really, really cool. So Hot Toys have done or Inart, sorry. They do this sometimes. They show these different kind of like stop motion or little videos to promote the figures on pre-order. They did a fantastic one for the Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack. It was incredible. It was like a mini little movie. Well worth scrolling back through their Instagram or Facebook and having a look at that. But we're just going to give this a look. Yeah. So I believe they've just done a bit of, I don't know, is it AI or just stop motion? I presume it's some sort of stop motion special effects and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it looks like stop motion.
yeah.
It's done very well.
Or
Though. Really well.
They might,
Yeah.
or have they used AI to stop motion it?
They could. Either way, that looks right out of the movie, man.
I mean, if this is Inart, looking at their sort of presentations they do, surely somebody hasn't taken a week to put together a proper stop motion of this figure. It's not something that you do quickly.
No.
It's funny how the quality of these like videos they do, this one and the toes are hilarious, and the Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack one are so high end, and then their live streams are
Exactly.
the complete opposite.
I think this has been AI to look like stop motion, but it still looks good, doesn't it?
It looks great.
If it
It's
isn't
crazy the way
AI,
they do those. Oh, sorry, Harrison, go ahead.
No. All I was going to say is if it's not AI, it's a really clever way to show how it can move. I think that was very smart to do because you can make all the pieces that get to move if it's not. But sorry,
I think that's how it will move. I don't think AI. I think it is stop motion personally, like, but yeah, it's when they put the effort in, they do great things. I think that looks. I just thought that was really cool. So that's done. Okay, we talked about new this week. Anyone get anything new in?
No.
Adam,
No,
no.
nothing for me. Nothing.
I didn't get any. I don't know if you can see that little guy though behind me on my
1 second.
table.
Who's that?
This
Jim?
little guy.
Oh, no.
No, it's not Jim. I don't have him just tucked away at home. Little would be very angry if I did. But that guy there was made by David when I saw him at the weekend. He made me and Jim and Mr. Raccoon from Resident Evil, which was very nice.
Oh,
of him.
cool.
So,
He 3D
Wow.
printed it, yeah.
yeah, he 3D printed it. Yeah.
Excellent.
That is cool.
Where did you meet? Did you live close to get together?
Yeah, we all live like a few hours away, so we all met up with Jim and Vita at theirs.
Deadly. Good stuff.
yeah, it
good
was-
stuff.
it was
Is that
lovely.
Sunday or?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It was.
And just go for food or?
Yeah, no, yeah, just go with some snacks and chat, and yeah, it was really nice. Really nice to
Deadly.
meet.
Good stuff.
I've met obviously Jim and Vita already before, but
Mhm.
it's good to meet David as well.
And do you live far from Vita then? Is that a few hours of Jim and Vita? Is that like?
It's I think about an hour 45. It's not
Oh,
too
it's
bad,
not
really.
too bad. Yeah,
No.
worth the trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So you got that 3D printed from David. Something that's a raccoon from Resident Evil. Did I get that right?
Yep, there is. It's like a little
Okay.
collectible within the game that you find, and you have to shoot them.
Gotcha. That would have been lost on me now. The just video games, you know.
Yeah.
Bob, nothing.
No, nothing.
Adam,
Too busy pre-ordering.
The pre-orders. I have
Yeah.
I bought you'll see on my YouTube I have a couple of different shorts that I've put up, and I got the Hammond Collection Scorpius Rex in. Pretty disturbing looking creature.
Yeah.
I like those dinosaur figures I do. I've got on the way, I have a 1/12 scale Inart Batman from Origins, Arkham Origins. That's coming. And I've also
I
got
saw
the
that,
DB
yeah.
the DB Toys Worm Man. So that is it's a third party 1/12 scale Andrew Garfield Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that one's like, because there's been some sort of mixed reception on it. Some people are saying it looks amazing, other people are saying not so much, but I'm looking forward to that. But the Inart Batman is coming, should be here any day now, and I'm very excited about that.
Deadly. I'll just talk you through. I'll show you a photo. Oh, what did I get? So obviously I had a big yeah. So straight to my right, the display you're used to seeing is the one figure per shelf IKEA Blaleeden sitting on two IKEA custom Max displays, which eventually, one of them, the 1989 Batmobile is there, and the Tumbler's going to go another. Currently the Troopers are in where the Tumbler is going to go, so tomorrow I get to make space for the Tumbler and take all them out. So then to my left, then what you're seeing is as I was building them, I'd know where to put them because I was doing it on the landing, and it was fine when I got the first two module cases, the ones to my right that the 89 are in, the Trooper in, because at the time in the spare room's huge and there was no bed there, so you just got plenty of space and I could work away and store them. But I didn't have that option, so I had to clear the landing. So as I built them, I was stacking them. So what you're seeing here is they're all built, but none of them are connected together. You know, the foam I had to support the back is not there. The little screws that you get to the safety screw on the top center, they're not there. There's no wiring, nothing's in them. They were just literally stacking them there to see what it looked like, and it's flush, like, you know. Now I knew the specs that I gave Brian. I was like, the thought had crossed my mind to make it a little bit smaller and have space to get in around the sides, and I was like, Shane, that's just a waste of space. If you're going to do this right. Maximize your space. Yeah, it will be more expensive. Yeah, you'll have to build more. Yeah, it'll be difficult to get in around the back, and wiring, it's going to be really annoying. But having wired it today, the stage they're at, they're all fully built. They're all fully connected horizontally and vertically. The foam at the back is to stop any sort of rocking. I just have to take off all the lights are wired. The only thing I've left to do is put a USB hub in all of them. I think I am actually going to put a USB hub in all of them. I'm just going to go, right, let's do this right. I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So I found these cheap USB hubs. They're black, they're small. There's like 5 hubs per USB. They're very flat. So they'll blend into the black velvet at the back. They won't be as obvious. There's no like crazy lights in them or anything like that are distracting. And I have found some which that have a 1.20 meter cable coming out the back. So I can just pop them through the holes, feed them down. It's a bit frustrating because you're blind at this stage. You're popping it through the hole and you're going to push them down until it comes out the back. So it's a bit frustrating. But once that's there, then it's going to be so easy going, I want to take that Iron Man out of there, disconnect and moving. So, huge new this week. And tomorrow, all I've left to do is remove the covers, as you can see here, the brown paper from the front, the inside and the outside of the acrylic, put on the little screws, the safety screws, these things that you don't really need, but these little hooks there that just so put them in, and then
because they're never lined up properly either.
They're it's great to have them because a bit more security, but it's fine.
It does.
So that's I just basically removed the paper covers off the acrylic. They're already lit, but I'm gonna have to clean them before I start doing it. Tomorrow will be fun because I can go I'm not gonna fill them tomorrow. As no pun intended, Phil asked me that. Things are gonna gradually disappear from here because it makes more sense to have them over here. What I want from this display here is that it's a movie icons display on steroids. Say at the bottom, there's a lot of icons here. Obi-Wan Kenobi, original trilogy, Empire Strikes Back, Boba, Luke Skywalker, Vader. They're all iconic characters. They stood the test of time. The reason they're all there because it makes sense to have the original trilogy row. But then what happens when I get a Chewbacca in, or a Bez Ben-Han? Then it's okay, are you going to put 2 in there? I'm going to take all of them out. They're going to be in a group display. And there's a bit more height as well. So I'm looking forward to being able to finally use that really cool stairs diorama that comes with the Return of the Jedi Vader deluxe. Because I really wanted to use that, So the Troopers will go in one of these. The Inart Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack is going to go into one of these. My Mandalorian display is going to go to one of these. Maybe there's a Marvel or whatever. And this is gradually going to be just iconic character. So you might have the Endokillers in there and the Terminator there, and maybe I know Bane or whatever, So
you'll never run out of space, Shane. Now
we both know that's a lie, but I am done. There is no more there's this room. It's not that big, really. It's not moving outside of this room, but huge new this week. Hyped. So
and that Keith Lee was just talking about the strip on the right there. You've got a shelf in there, haven't you? In the long, tall one on the
are you talking about the long vertical one?
Haven't you? Didn't you say there's a movable shelf or something?
It's a movable shelf. It's adjustable. The reason I wanted some vertical one is there because I do have some quarter scale, and I don't want to just abandon quarter scale because they're awkward to display. So what my plan is, the bottom right, I have a original trilogy Stormtrooper armor that's wearable, that the 501st, whatever, and it was made by a company called Shepperton Studios in 1976. My one wasn't made in 1976, but the company made the molds for the original trilogy in New Hope, so mine is made from the exact same molds. So it comes with its display stand, very simple display stand for the helmet. So the bottom right, the Stormtrooper helmet's going in there, Nice. And then above here I'll have space to display, because there's a shelf in the middle there on the right. So that's the quarter scale Mark III Iron Man, and then the quarter scale, QS19. It's actually the DX19 quarter scale version, just happened to have 19 in the title. And that batsuit is my favorite batsuit from out of every rendition of Batman. And then, again, a lot of people don't like that suit. I love that suit, but so it'll gradually start figures coming in. So I'm very, very hyped about that. So anyone else?
How long did it take for them to come to you? Sorry.
It took a long time. It did take a long time. I can't remember exactly when I ordered them, but I'll be honest, Adam, when I ordered them and put the deposit down, I was like, okay, this needs to take a long time because the bill was big. And I was like, yeah, take your time, Brian. Yeah. They'll be all giving out to you about it, but no, take your time. he did me a solid though. I originally paid like €500 deposit or €600 deposit, and then I hit him up a few months later and go, "Here, look, Brian, can you send me an invoice there for like 800 so I can pay another bit off?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll get onto it," and he never did. And I'm like, "Brian, man, please, man, I don't want to be stuck with like the balance bill and the shipping bill and all that kind of stuff." And God no, and I didn't get stung for customs, which was fantastic. But like, I was telling him, like, just send me on that invoice there, and he should have been like straight away. But in fairness, he didn't, and then I got stung with the big invoice, and I said, "Brian, we spoke about this." And in fairness, and what he did was, he sent me like a PayPal like invoice, but he made it adjustable, I guess, and I could pay off a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? So I could pay €800 one day and then €8 the next day. I could literally go in and add €1 if I wanted. So anytime it was like day before payday, you had €45 left in your account, that used to be put in. So I love that because I could chip away and stuff like that. So and you know what? I got into a good flow. Like I built the majority of these on the Thursday, and then I finished them off the day after Metallic on the Saturday, and then I just wired them yesterday. So it's actually, I'm glad I built two before. I will say that, because otherwise this would have been really daunting. But just the music going and just tipped away at it. The sound I heard earlier on that I had to briefly leave was, there's a stack of cardboard and foam and crap outside in the hall, and it fell over and the dog went absolutely mental. So tomorrow I've got to go to, it will not fit in my bin. I need to put the seats down in the car, pack the car full of crap, and go into a recycling centre. Before
that's a lot of cardboard, isn't it? That's a lot of cardboard and a lot of foam.
So much, yeah. So Alien turns 40 on July 18. Pre-order. Predator turns 40 next year. Yeah, the Dutch comment there. Yeah, I think a lot of people of our vintage would love a Dutch. The only thing is, if they don't adjust the scale of the Jungle Hunter Predator, and I know it has other inaccuracies, like, but if there was one request I'd have, which they probably won't do, is adjust the scale. Because if we do get a Dutch, he's going to be, not this. He's going to be the same size as the Jungle Hunter Predator, which is just stupid. You're a 6th scale company. The whole point is that you can put a cap next to a Thanos, and the Thanos looks proportionally bigger than him, like it would be on screen. So yeah, I think everyone wants a Dutch 2.0, and I think that's in the cards now, seeing as they've done Arnold Schwarzenegger from the 2 versions of him from Terminator 2. Yeah, I hope I've explained that clear enough, but basically they're for my quarter scale, and that long shelf on the right, it has a shelf in the middle which I can adjust. So yeah, do you know? Yeah, it does, Dave, and it's good because that's the way they've got the correct scale on that Wolverine. He's actually 6'2", and when you do the maths on it, the Hot Toys figure absolutely nailed that scale. Thanks very much for reminding me of that. I love you, Dave. We're never going to see eye to eye on this. But maybe when they do X-Men again in the MCU, they'll go comic accurate and give us the smaller one, Wolverine. I recently set up cabinets to display 1 or 2 figures per shelf, and I love it. I already have cabinets to display large groups. Yeah, it's good. I'm the opposite now. I have the one figure and then going to the other one. So yeah, it's nice to have the options, and then obviously 2 spaces for vehicles, which you can always rotate vehicles out, but that's a dangerous game. You buy a jazzing vehicle and it costs 1,500 or something like that, and it's in the attic while you have other 2 displayed. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back and pick something else. So we've discussed the Endo, we've discussed the Pennywise that's up for pre-order from Derry. Welcome, Derry. We've discussed the Alien stuff, done the Snap. We've done everything apart from Face Off and the teaser. So do you want to do the teaser and finish with Face Off?
Why not?
That makes sense. We don't have much to go on now. We really don't.
No.
But,
just some bad feet.
Still exciting.
Yeah, so I haven't got this far into it yet, but I do believe that this is one of the cooler scenes in it. So what do we have? Inart have posted this. Weird the way they're like double dipping. So it says Pennywise bloody version coming soon. I can see some silhouette or shadows of wings. I can see a severed hand. What looks like a snake, and then these kind of like chicken feet.
Big
so
chicken.
I haven't seen this, but I believe the talk is, are they going to do the full figure with the the wings and all that
it's
kind
like,
of stuff.
Yeah, it's like a creature transformation, I guess.
So what I want to know then, they literally say like Pennywise bloody version coming soon. Is it the same scene when he has wings and chicken feet that he ends up covered in blood? Surely.
Kind of, yeah. He goes from being just the bloody version. Well, it depends how much spoilers you want if you're watching it. That's the problem. You've not watched this.
Yeah, let's not spoil it.
So okay, that's a spoiler territory. Then we'll back off that. Then okay, grand, so
yeah.
But it makes sense that this is teased as the bloody version.
It can be, but how they're going to do it is very interesting. Is that like it's I can't imagine them doing it with swap out parts because it's too much. So then in that regard, it would have to be multiple bodies, possibly.
Yeah. They won't do that, surely.
No, and then if
is this going to be one of their platinum tier ones? You know, their rhodium or something.
It could be like multiple bodies, multiple heads, but then like the wings, for example, are they going to be
almost
movable?
Yeah,
are they going to? Like,
it's almost stepping into like Alien Romulus territory, isn't it? With the style of figure, if they go the whole hog.
Yeah,
which they've not done before.
No, it's very much a different, like almost like the endoskeleton, where it's just something totally new. This is like total monster rather than person. Whereas like Pennywise is like apart from being horrible and scary and nasty, he is just a person in a clown outfit. Whereas this look is definitely not that.
Yeah.
So, and obviously and they're definitely teasing that they're doing that scene with him looking like that. Well, a lot of people do just want the bloody version where he's just Pennywise with blood from here downwards. So I feel like that's the one that most people would like. So it has to be a part of this, and that base definitely leads to that part. It's just this drop is very, very interesting. Like to see what they're going to do with it compared to other drops, because it's just so many questions, so many. I don't know how they're going to do it.
And this got me. That would be some kids in Testine, Shane. Yeah,
family show and all that.
Yeah, that's funny. And then I can imagine them. Dave said, "Imagine them cheating out and making swapping parts that aren't accurate." Okay.
Yeah, they would, especially the wings. I just don't know how they're going to do that, because are they going to move? Are they going to be able to are you going to be able to articulate them, or are they going to be more like statue? So is it going to be like one solid
rooted?
piece, like the body? Would it be the whole thing? It's very I don't know what they're going to do with this piece. I do want to see that.
Yeah. So,
but it's got people talking, which is always a good sign for a well-launched teaser shot, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, and you like both of you ordered the Pennywise, so you're like, oh great, I missed out on the Inart Pennywise. I really want one. It's my cup of tea. I'm so into this. And then bang, they gave you a version. Okay, yeah, it's from the show, but the show is. Some people are saying the show is better than the actual movies. So then you were like, oh, I really wish it was the bloody version, because you got me, Harrison, you got massive hyped about that bloody face, and then they were like, I want the full bloody one, and then it looks like they're,
I definitely want that base. That base looks insane. I'm and especially I know a lot of people want the Deadlight sculpt, so I really
since
hope,
forever.
Yeah, so I hope that this one, like if that one includes that sculpt alone, I could see a lot of people picking this one up just for that sculpt.
I have a theory on this one that this is going to be one of those, they're like not silver argentum packs, because the AG is one of them. So AG is the symbol for silver, comes from the Latin word argentum, and like I think this one is going to be one like a rhodium or platinum or something like that, where there's a lot in it.
Yeah, it would have to be. I think it would have to be that sort of big pack where you get a lot in it, because I just don't. I don't know how they're going to do it otherwise.
Yeah, it could be the next big pack, couldn't it?
It could be.
Dave is saying I'd like to have
what
this
we-
version of Pennywise, but I don't want to spend what they're asking for. Yeah, I can kind of say that. We can say that about a lot of things, to be fair. Actually, speaking of prices, did you go for that Harley Quinn? I saw you on Geo's show. You look like you just needed a little push. I think you should definitely do it. You should definitely do it. Adam, Pennywise is like one of your guys. Is this something that like floats your boat? We all float here. Adam's gone. Adam went away. Can't hear you, Adam.
No,
If
back.
you're talking.
He's back.
There you are. There
Yeah,
you are.
no, we all
Say it again.
on scene of the show.
Yeah.
It's a meme worthy look. A lot about it, but I agree with Harrison insofar as it's not. It's an odd one to have gone with because when they said bloody, I didn't initially think of this one. I thought of a different one, which, like Harrison said, blood from the nose down. I thought that would be just an easy repaint for them, but they've gone with something that's a little bit more out there, so they could potentially do another Pennywise even after this one. So, I don't think it's something I'm going to buy because I think that it's going to command a lot of space in the shelf, and I just don't have that. So I'm very happy though for people that are into it, and it looks. I think if they pull this off, this will be one of those ones like Harrison said in his show, saying this is one that
So,
stand out.
So this is the when I say bloody version, because I haven't seen the show now, but it's the one where he's literally straight line, bloody from the nose down. You reckon this isn't that, or could be that?
No, it could be both. It could
He's
be
covered in
that,
blood a lot of times, basically.
but yeah, that then leads into what this is, which is definitely not that. It's
No,
it's partly
and I think-
that, but it's,
And I think if they
it's-
did that, you would lose the impact of the bloody version if they went this far with it.
yeah,
Because that then wouldn't be the thing about this. Whereas if you just
You
did
would
like the
almost
standard
need both.
figure bloody,
Yeah. Well,
that's
maybe
that's
they'll
a
do
bit-
maybe they'll do a like a deluxe version. They'll do the single bloody version, which is just him with the blood from the
Yeah.
nose down, and then they'll do the other pack, which is both that and then this version, however they do it.
Cool. All right.
It is cool. It's exciting.
You're excited. Adam, space issue, probably not. But the two E boys, you could be convinced.
Yeah,
Yep.
I must admit, very excited to see
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
I'm waiting on that Jungle Hunter to come out, and I'm terrified of Hot Toys just doing a stealth drop of like tomorrow, saying, "Hey guys, that Jungle Hunter's
Yeah.
ready," you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hate
It's gonna
stealth drops.
happen.
That's one I don't have on pre-order. That is inevitably in my future. It's going to happen. Like the deluxe version. I think there was a deluxe version with that, with different base or something like that. But yeah, that's going to happen. So you got King Churro in the house. I saw King Churro on Geo's show as well. Would that be correct, Harrison? Yeah.
Oh yes,
Thanks very much for being here. And then X-Man is just welcoming him there. King Churro. Okay. So we're going to finish up with the face-off. So let me remove this.
Ooh.
Okay, Bob. I'm
How are
going
we
to go
gonna do
against. I'm going to go against the two boys. Right.
Okay, that sounds
I
good.
fancy my chances. I fancy my chances. I'm
Yeah?
feeling good.
Confident,
I'm feeling
are you?
good. I'm feeling. I am. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
we'll let you choose if you want to go first. Then
I'll go first.
Wow, he is confident. He's
Yeah,
not
he's
messing
very
about, is he?
No.
All right. Remember, you get to guess the theme once per team at any point, but just say, I want to guess the theme before you say it.
Okay.
And that you've got right the way through until, if it gets to the tie break, then you have to have a guess of the theme. Is that all
Sounds
right?
good.
We'll
good.
make it up as we go along. It was work
that
last
sounds
week.
good.
Okay, Shane, question 1. In what year was Breakfast at Tiffany's released?
I've read that book. I'm nearly sure that's based on the book, isn't it? Pretty sure it's based on the book. Read the book. Wouldn't recommend. Not my cup of tea. So I'm guessing that's an old movie. So I'm reckon it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with 1963. Not so confident anymore. Never seen a movie.
Right.
Read the book. Didn't think much of it. 1963. Go.
Are you locking in?
Locking in at 1963.
Okay. Breakfast at Tiffany's was released in 1961.
Close.
That was so close.
Unlucky. That was very unlucky. Okay. Adam and Harrison to take the lead. In what year was From Russia with Love released?
Early 2000s, I think. But then I could be wrong. Which is usually.
I'm all Harrison here on this one. I'm not sure.
I'm going to say 2007 because I don't really know. But that's a guess.
Okay. Are you going to lock in?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're happy with that, Adam?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't think I'll be as close as Shane.
Okay. Just a reminder to switch on to private chat, but I know you guys don't need that.
Yeah.
From Russia with Love, I could see Shane slightly smiling, I think, was released in 1963.
Oh, okay. It was a bit old then. A bit older. I had no idea what it was. It was a complete guess.
Which was Shane's first guess. You should have gone second, Shane.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Shane to take the lead. Who directed the 2000 film Meet the Parents?
I think Ben Stiller directed that. I'm going to go Ben Stiller. I'm not that confident in that one. But I think Ben Stiller, yeah. I think he might have self-directed that.
Locking in?
Locking in.
Okay. Meet the Parents was directed by Jay Roach.
Wouldn't have got that in a million years.
Okay. Harrison and Adam to take the lead. Who directed the movie A Quiet Place Day One?
Do you know this one, Harrison?
No, I know who directed the actual Quiet Place, but this one I'm not sure.
I'd have a guess at this, Harrison, but I wouldn't be. It's a movie I haven't seen, you know.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like I do know who directed it, but I don't know for sure. So whatever idea you have.
I'd say John Krasinski.
No, so he did one and he did two and he's doing part 3. I don't think he did day one.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I think because it's a spin-off. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he did that one.
It's probably going to be someone really obvious, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's going to really be annoying. But I don't know, so we can go with him and hope for the best, but I know it's not him.
I'd go with Krasinski, yeah. That's as good as a guess I have.
Yeah, no, I can't think of who it is.
Can I guess the team?
You can guess the theme.
Am I allowed to interrupt there? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
No, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off and hear one more question.
Can I guess the team?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
You got one guess per team.
Oh, okay, right. Harrison, I won't spoil it out.
Well, you can say it to him. You can say it to him going, I think it's this. And the two of you can agree or disagree to put it forward as your final answer. So you can say, I think it is sports cars or whatever.
Okay.
It's definitely
I
not
think it's food related, as in like, I don't know whether eating is breakfast at Tiffany's. It's something that you eat. Meet the parents. They met and had dinner. Quiet place. Aliens eating people.
It could be that. I
You
don't
know?
know if Bob would go with that though. I think Bob, that seems too obvious. Bob likes to go with something more difficult than that.
Or is he being so obvious that it would be something we would miss?
Yeah,
it
that could be Bob's way of thinking. Yeah.
I
you wanna
would
go for
trust
it-
him.
If you want to go for it, I'm happy to give it a go.
Do you want to lock it in, or do you want? Are you waiting for Shane to give another one? Hopefully, he passes the ball back to us.
We could wait. We could wait and still go with that next time and see what Shane goes with.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
that might change our thoughts. But yeah, John Krasinski for the answer.
Yeah.
Bob.
Are you locking in?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
The
how we do it,
director
actually.
of A Quiet Place Day One was Michael Sarnowski.
Yeah. Never would have.
Never got that.
No. I knew it wasn't him
Okay.
though.
That was tough. Right. Should we carry on then? Shane, go into the lead. In the 1979 5-star movie
Alien.
Alien, who played Lambert? He's even got the hat on.
I know. Fake fan.
That fan card has been revoked now, Shane. That's it. They're out.
Done. Finished. Damn it. No, I got nothing.
Nothing?
I hang my head in shame.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I got nothing.
You're going to
No.
kick yourself.
I know.
Okay. Lambert was played by Veronica Cartwright.
No, I wouldn't have had it. Lambert's the only
No.
other female, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because
she's
there's only
like
her. Yeah,
Isn't she like the pilot lady? Is that her?
yeah. The even I was drawing a blank there. I couldn't even remember Kane's name. That's bad. He was in Harry Potter as well. John Hurt. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't a question. Anyway.
Okay.
Damn. I'm SOL. So I'm
unlucky.
0. So if you get one there, they
You're
win.
0. Yeah, although you've got
We
the
really
theme
need this
still. You've still got
Yeah.
the theme after this. Well, whenever you like. So, Adam and Harrison. In the less than 5-star movie in 2019, Captain Marvel,
Oh.
who played Talos?
I know this one.
Oh, thank God. I hate that film.
Ben. That's the guy's name. The Australian guy.
Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ben. No, I'm joking.
Do we
I'm
need-
joking. Actually, don't have this one.
Oh, thank God. I don't.
No, I do. I'm only messing. It's Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, yes. Yes. I agree with that. Yes, let's go with that one.
Rogue One as well.
Are you locking in?
Yeah,
Yes.
locking that one in.
Okay. Talos in Captain Marvel was played by an answer I probably use more than most. Ben Mendelsohn.
Yay.
No, guys.
Nice one.
Well
How does it
done.
work then? Does that mean when they answer, the game is over,
No.
or you're still
no.
allowed to shoot your shot?
I think you can both shoot your shot for a theme because it's more fun, isn't it?
Okay.
I think so.
So you're 1-0. So if I don't get the team,
We win.
well, if you get the team before me, you've won anyway. And if I don't get the team, you've won
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. You
Yep.
need this.
I do. So we have Breakfast at Tiffany's, From Russia with Love, A Quiet Place, Alien, Captain Marvel, and then Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents, sorry.
It was so obvious once Bob said it last time. And I kicked myself for not realising. But again, I don't really see it here either. And some of these films I haven't even seen, so I wouldn't know what it no. I can't guess on this. Adam, if you've got a guess, you can go for whatever guess you've got.
I suppose. I think like the guess that I'd have, I might update it to each movie has a. Can I guess? Can I guess now? Am I alright to say that?
Yeah, go for it.
I think the theme amongst them all is that there's some form of spy in them, maybe. But again, could be wrong. Could be way off.
Okay.
Are you locking in?
No.
Not too certain on it, that one then.
That was comedy timing at its best. That was.
Look, I'm happy to go with what you think there, Harrison, because Shane now has he has it all to play for now. We've got the penalty kick. It's in our favour. We're 1-0 up. But the pressure's on Shane.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Some of these I haven't even seen, so I don't know. I don't know how it like Meet the Parents could be related to Alien. I'm struggling with that. I really am. What could they even have in common? Is there an actor that's in all of them, or a composer that's in all of them? BP? No, it can't be. Oh, what could it be?
Shane's furiously googling into ChatGPT now while we're wasting time here, lads. Look at the hands.
Oh man, I don't know. I have no idea.
No, and I want to hear what it is, Bob. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Bob.
Do they?
So no one's having
they-
a guess.
I'll have a guess,
Yep.
and this is completely out there.
Imagine if he gets it now.
Do they all have at least one part of the movie is set in New York?
Are you locking in?
I'm locking in. Yeah, it's my best guess.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, we win.
Yeah. Well done, guys. Well done.
Would you like to know the
Wait.
theme?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely want to do
Yeah.
The theme is cat.
Cat.
Yeah, all got
Cat.
cats.
So
Oh, Meet the Fockers
so-
at the cat.
Breakfast at Tiffany's had a cat with no name. From Russia with Love had the cat that was Blofeld's
yeah.
cat.
Yeah.
Blofeld's cat, yeah.
Meet the Parents had Mr. Jinx the cat. A Quiet Place Day One had Frodo the cat. Alien had Jonesy, obviously.
Very good.
And
Yeah,
Cap-
yeah, yeah.
Captain
good.
Marvel.
Very good.
And Captain Marvel
That's
had
so
Goose,
good.
which was
Yeah,
actually an
very good.
alien, but
Yeah. I had a bit of thought
That
going
was
into it.
it.
Fair play. Good stuff.
That's a good one. Very
Well
good.
done, lads.
done, chaps.
Well
Good
done.
game.
Well done. This is funny. They all weren't directed by Spielberg.
he came up with some classic. He said they're all in space because Earth is also in space.
That's funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah. To be fair, it was a
brilliant.
Flurkin. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. All right, folks. We'll get the music. We'll get ready to go out of here. Anything you want to promote there, guys, before we leave?
I'm having a huge sale in my store. If anyone, I'm getting rid of a lot of stock. So if anyone wants to bargain,
www.tinyartguy.com, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
That's all for
And
me.
definitely check it out because it's amazing. I love your art, Bob.
Cheers, mate. I know you've got some, haven't you?
Yeah, it's great.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Must have a look.
All I would say is just check out the Geeky Collective Vault on Thursday with me, Jim and Vita at 8 p.m.
Yeah, and your last stream was it Saturday you were streaming? Was it Saturday? I was
No.
watching
He's
you
gone
live
mad.
at one stage there. I can't remember.
He's streaming on Saturdays as well.
No, Thursday. Thursday.
It's
At
like
Thursday
world
I was watching.
domination.
Sorry, it wasn't Saturday. It was Thursday.
Oh no, I mean I
Okay.
was on Geo's show on Saturday, so technically yes, I was.
Maybe that was it. They're all blurring into one. And I watched some stuff
Yeah.
on the replay. So, Adam, thanks very much for joining us. More than welcome to come back if we haven't scared you off with Bob's questions.
Yeah,
Much
good to see you,
appreciated.
Adam.
Really enjoyed it, and I have to say thanks to all of you. It's been an honour and a privilege now tonight being on. It's been great fun, and I've been watching you guys for a long time now at this stage, and it's great to be on and have a chat, which is fair play. Thanks, Mil.
Yeah. We're just a couple of hacks. You'll fit right in. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Just wing
Folks,
it, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much for all of your input and giving up your time. And thanks very much for people who were watching in the chat. I'm going to close the poll here. We got like good numbers on the poll. We just had another vote there with 72 votes in the poll. That's pretty good. So what are you most hyped about? Hot Toys Ripley, Inart Pennywise, Hot Toys Alien Warrior, and Inart the tease of the Inart Bloody Pennywise. Yeah, despite its shortcomings, Ripley has taken it, I believe.
That's cool.
With 44%, followed by Inart Pennywise, that's gone up for pre-order 25%, and then Inart Bloody Pennywise 17%. Didn't see that happening, that people are more hyped about that tease than the Alien Warrior, but like maybe Xenos aren't people's things. And we have Copper saying up the dubs. That is funny. Love that. Love to see it. Yeah,
Up
you're
the
next, man.
dubs.
You're next. Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks very much for your time, and sure, we'll see you next week. No doubt to be drops tomorrow. I have a feeling I'm going to be making videos tomorrow. You're right. See you, folks. Good luck.
See you later.